Welcome back to the Supercar Connection podcast.
True car enthusiasts, there's a time and a place now.
Back in the stew, as you said.
Back in the stew.
Do you know how much money we're spending here? Do you know what I drive? Like those kind of people.
Yeah.
So I had to explain to her. I was like, that's not all rally groups. That's not us.
This episode is brought to you by Quality Collision Group. After an accident, it's not just your car that's thrown off track, it's your routine, your momentum, your focus. That's why I recommend taking your vehicle to a Quality Collision Group-owned shop. They are OEM certified shops, use the exact parts and repair standards your car was built with. No shortcuts, no guesswork, just confidence restored. When it matters most, trust the experts. Find your quality-approved shop today. University, you were football, so it didn't matter.
That's fair too.
It could have been purple. They would have been like, come on in.
That's literally how we got started. We literally met in college football. That's literally what I used to play offensive line. He was running back, so I used to take care of him.
There you go.
It was a whole.
I used to take care of you.
Yeah, very much so. You made me look good.
Exactly.
You made me look
Block
good.
for him. There you go.
And what happened when Zykel was back there?
Oh my God.
Didn't make you look so good,
No,
did he?
it did not. Did not. Not
Anyway,
at all. Let's run
On
this.
topic. Well, we're here with Asa, the owner of Crown Rally, which is I'd say one of the top rallies in the country. You do some huge rallies, which is pretty sweet.
Thank you.
Well, what brings you to LA?
Long story long, the Crown Rally West for next year is Seattle to San Diego, and I do a couple trips beforehand to make sure everything's good. So
Yeah.
I'm literally visiting all the hotels, doing all the planning, and having the meetings of rooms, parking, making sure everything's sorted. So I literally have to go. I started last week in Seattle, and then I went from Seattle to Coeur d'Alene to Bend, Oregon.
Okay.
Bend, Oregon.
Over to Lake Tahoe, to San Francisco, and then Monterey, and then now I'm here, and then tomorrow's Palm Springs, San Diego, and then we're done.
Sweet. That's
It's a few stops then.
It's a long rally. Yeah, it's a 10-day rally that we're splitting in half. So it's the longest one Crown's ever done. But we always had people that wanted to do more, and they were on the furthest west we've ever come is I can't talk. The furthest west we've ever come is Denver to Vegas.
Okay.
So people were like, I want to go to California, PCH, and mountains,
Yeah, the
and
vibes.
right vibes exactly.
a pretty sweet trip, though.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
What's been your favorite stop so far while you've been?
Tahoe was
Checking it
sweet.
out.
Definitely
yeah.
the hotel on Tahoe and the vibe of Tahoe is cool.
It's beautiful up there.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
yeah. Tahoe.
There's snow up there yet?
No, it was a little chilly. It was maybe high 40s when I was there. But again, I went from there to San Francisco and it was 70.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a very quick
For sure. So how would you describe Crown Rally then?
I would say Crown Rallies, it's definitely an awesome experience. It's a networking experience too. I don't know how familiar you are with other rallies. I think you said you've spoken to a few.
Semi.
Semi.
We're semi-familiar with the other rallies.
Right.
Semi.
So
Depends on the ones. Semi-familiar.
That's fair. So some focus on different things, right? Some are different
sure.
vibes for different people, different cars, different reasons you go, whether it's to flex or to party or to network or to drive or whatever. And I'd say ours is more of the networking and driving aspect. It's definitely more of people go and it's a lot of business owners and people meet each other. And it's also people that like to go and just drive and have a good time. True car enthusiasts, there's a time and a place to have fun. We definitely lay down the law as far as there's a time and a place. So there's no reason to go over double yellows, go on the shoulder, ruin people's day to have a good time.
Right.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
What's the average driver size on the rally?
the average driver size?
Group size.
I was I can answer that many ways.
My bad.
240?
Yeah, right. 6 foot.
Group size. My bad.
It varies. So up until about 2022, it was 100, 150.
That's a lot.
It was a lot. And then Crown
Yeah,
took
that's
out a little
huge.
hiatus, came back last year, and then it's been about 50, 60. So
Even 50, 60 is a lot.
I think it's solid. Honestly, it is. It's quite a bit, but it depends what you're comparing it to, right?
Fair.
If you're comparing it to a group of 5 dudes, 10 dudes cruising, it's huge. But if you're comparing it to a 100-car rally, it's half the size. So on my end, there's pros and cons to both. It's easy to organize a smaller rally because we can go to more hotels. The parking's easier. The dinners everything's easier.
Right.
For sure.
However, it's half the clients. So again, rallying's a business.
Right.
Half
Understood.
the income. So we can do half the cool stuff, because obviously the hotels cost each individual, the meal. There's a bunch of costs that are individual and there's a bunch of costs that are generic. So a racetrack costs, $20,000, whether it's 5 people showing up or 500 people showing up.
Right.
So you know what I mean? It's more beneficial to be bigger. And the ralliers also say some of them like it larger because it it feels like you're like a part of something huge and it's wild, like gas station takeovers, city takeovers, like wild.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Anywhere you go is like someone you know, but also then you meet 5-10 people and people kind of stick with their cliques and like their own people. But this year we had a few that were like 30 car rallies, 50 car rallies, and people met more people. So they kind of liked the aspect of like, it was easier to network. You could talk to more people. You could meet almost everyone, if not everyone, you know, so pros and cons to both.
How did you get into this world? I guess first, how did you just get into like, what made you, I guess, fall in love with cars, first of all?
Yeah, so as a kid, my uncle used to take me and my cousin to car shows. He had an old 65 Buick Riviera, so like an old school muscle car.
Nice.
Yeah, so we'd go to like, you know, he'd be like, you want to go cruise in the Rivy? We'd go get ice cream as a kids and like go to an old, you know, boomer car show in a parking lot where they're all like sitting in
I know the vibes.
Yeah, they're like in your little pop-up chair and everyone's got their cars.
Cruising the Rivy is crazy.
Yeah. So,
Everyone's staring at engine bays,
yeah,
hands on hips.
right, everything's
Nice
popped.
vibes.
Yeah,
Nice
with the
vibes.
little signs and stuff.
Nice vibe.
Yeah. So that was kind of how I got started. And
Yeah.
then it just evolved. Like when I moved around a lot as a kid. When I moved to New Jersey, this was when I was like 13. So like when you're starting to get into like cars and stuff.
Right.
Coincidentally, my friend group, their dads were super car dudes. So like on the weekends, instead of like going to parties or whatever, we'd go to a parking lot and like destroy their clutches. Like we just like learn how to drive stick and like, you know,
Right.
we're learning stick at 13, 14, just like in a parking lot for fun.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it just evolved from there, you know. And then I got into the rally world and then it's history.
How'd you get in the rally world?
So I went to school in Minnesota and I was looking for an internship because I'm not a great student. I'm more of like a hands-on people person, working person, whatever. And I don't even remember. Somehow I was looking up like automotive related companies in the Minneapolis area. And Crown Rally was a company that existed. It was like a small car rally at the time and like it looked super cool. And I was, I don't know, how old was I? Probably 19. And I was like, this is sweet. Like a couple of supercars, little, it was small at the time, so it wasn't as like exotic as it is now, but it was interesting cars. I reached out. I think I like cold emailed them and I was like, hey, like I'm a student at the U, like, do you want an intern? And essentially he was like, hey, thanks for reaching out. We've never had an intern, but like if you want to work for free and just like learn the ropes and, you know, we'll kind of like give you the experience and cover your costs of like coming. Absolutely. So, you know, I figured hands down that was a great way to learn.
For sure.
So
And be around some cool cars, I imagine.
be around
too.
cool cars, cool people. So, you know, I started out volunteering. He's like, come out, volunteer. So I helped with one of the launch events. And then it kind of just, I worked for them for like a year or two. This is like probably 10 years ago at this point. I graduated from school, went my own way, and then we kind of like kept in touch, but we weren't, you know, I wasn't working with them and whatever. So I moved to the Northeast. I started my own company called Squad Driven, doing like marketing and rallies in the automotive world. So I was doing that for about 10 years. And then Crown and I, Justin, the previous owner, got reconnected. And then what I was doing was fun, but it was more so like a passion project. Like I was a bartender, I was doing a marketing job and hosting this, you know, rallies and stuff on the side for fun. So I reached out to Justin, the previous owner of Crown, like, hey dude, like, I'm getting a little frustrated. I would love to just like kind of consolidate. Like, do you want to buy me out? Like, I'll be the Eastern branch of Crown Rally. Like, it doesn't exist. He didn't come over here. I didn't go over there kind of thing. So he's like, we had a nice conversation and then he's like, oh, I'll get back to you. And I mean, to be honest, like, I thought that was like a polite way of being like, I'm good. 2 weeks come by and then he gave me a call. I was like, where was I? I was like out with friends or something. He shot me a text. He's like, give me a call. So I was like, oh God. So I stepped outside, gave him a call. Long story short, he flipped the script and he was like, listen, dude, like, he's about 10 years older than I am. He has a successful wrap shop. He was having another kid. So he's like, listen, dude, like, I'm kind of ready to take a step back in life and chill more and not work 100 hours a week and not be gone for the rallying and the traveling and. So would you be interested in buying me out instead? So that was 2024. And I said yes. And one thing led to another and now we're here.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate
that's
it.
awesome.
It's definitely like a big step, and it's exciting. It's scary, not gonna lie, and like it's definitely been 2025 was a big learning year, but it was definitely exciting. It's cool.
Because prior to it, what were the size of little events that you were throwing back then before you merged or you took over? Crown?
The ones that I was running or Crown was running?
The one that you were running.
My biggest ones were the size of Crown's smallest ones. So my biggest ones were like 40, 50, 60 cars.
Which are still big events, I feel.
Yeah, overall, yeah.
How long were they?
Mine again. So I hosted in 2023. My longest one was almost 10 days. It was so my rally was called the East Coast Run, even though like we were in Boston and sometimes we'd go to like Cleveland, which not East Coast, but we started in Boston.
Right.
And then we ended up like going to Charleston, whatever. And then in 23 was my biggest we wanted to do a true East Coast run from Maine to Miami. So we did the entire,
sick.
it was dope. We started at an airstrip up in Maine. And then we were like doing pulls on the runway, and that was what we started with. And then like, I don't know, I think it was about 10 days. It was a long rally, and then we ended in Miami, and that was kind of that was my last big rally by myself doing the squad driven stuff. So
when you absorb Crown Rally, you absorb pretty much the entire company. So you're able to access all the assets in terms of
yeah, it was mine.
employees,
Yeah,
infrastructure,
I own the
everything.
company. So essentially we did, kind of like, essentially there's two, I'm blanking on this, so I'm going to sound like an idiot, but there's two different ways to buy a company, I guess. Essentially like swapping out the CEO, if you will, and like now it's just mine, or like I'm buying all his assets and have to like rename everything, redo everything, whatever. So we did the first one where essentially like I signed on, I bought the company, I signed on, I bought the company, and essentially got there weren't really a ton of assets because like a rally company is mostly like you're buying a network, you're buying a name, you're buying an event, you're buying an experience.
Sure.
So it was kind of a gamble, to be honest, but
Can I ask you this?
sure.
Were the members or people that would normally go on the rallies notified of this switch?
After,
Right?
yeah, I mean, nobody so it was definitely a low key thing. Like he wasn't really advertising like I'm trying to sell Crown Rally, right? Like it was his baby, he built it. And when you're selling a company, like especially a rally company, like an events company, there's mixed feelings from participants.
Because it's community based.
Correct,
That's biggest thing. Because
Right.
you said 10 plus years. That guy must have been deep in that community.
Right. So he built it. It was mostly, again, they were Minneapolis based. They always had Crown Rally North. Their original crown was from Minneapolis to Chicago every year.
Got it.
Which, like, if you think about it, no disrespect or whatever, but like, if you're not from that area, nobody's going to want to drive from Minneapolis to Chicago. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I'm
there's
not
nothing
from
in
there.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm literally thinking, where are you guys stopping? That's what I'm
No,
thinking.
not really. I mean, there's some.
Giordano's?
To be fair, right. No, to be fair, like Road America, I think's in Wisconsin. Like, there's a cool track, but that's really it. Like, you know, and again, like, no disrespect at all. Like, he built it. It was great. It's a great community, great network.
For sure.
But like, when I took over, it was definitely mixed. It was received with mixed feelings because it was hard for me. But my first year doing it in full, my north was no longer Minneapolis to Chicago. It was. I wanted to keep it nearby, so we went. I don't know how well you guys know geography. I don't know this, but it was.
I'm tapped.
So
You're
look
good.
at a map. Anyway, so instead of going Minneapolis 8 hours east to Chicago, so 8 hours west is Rapid City, South Dakota.
Okay.
Not much in Rapid City, South Dakota, but directly further west, you hit like the Badlands, you hit Yellowstone National Park, you hit some cool stuff, and then you hit Bozeman, Montana, which is super cool. So like, it's super cool. National parks, some of the best roads in the country, legit.
Beauty, probably just
Dude,
scenery.
wild.
Yeah.
So I switched it to there because I didn't want to pull it too far away. But, you know, it was still like, who's this new guy? He's kind of pulling it away from here. And like, I get it. I get it. I understand. And
Does anybody remember you as like the intern?
yeah, dude.
That's awesome. That's cool.
That was part of the reason why he sold it to me was like, I knew some people. Like, I wasn't a complete rando.
Right.
He knows me for 10 years. Like, we know each other. He knew I had I don't know the word, ability to do it.
Yeah, you stayed within the business too.
Correct.
So you were
I ran
doing
my
your
own.
thing.
Right. So like it wasn't like a completely random person who nobody had ever heard of was coming in. Like a huge chunk of the network knew who I was. So again, it was less of an issue, but still, you know, any new person in charge, it's going to have pros and cons.
And then they got their baby. And I guess a lot of those people, they're based in Minneapolis.
A lot of Crown's network is based between Minneapolis and Chicago.
So
that's
those
three
like,
states.
It's like, oh, this is an easy rally.
Correct.
We know what we're doing.
I don't have to transfer
Yeah,
my
I don't
car.
exactly.
It's cheap.
It's close. Just pop there, do the rally, get together with everyone.
Right. So it's unfortunate. Like, we're losing a lot of the original people, which sucks.
Like the car guys fishing trip.
Sure, exactly. Better than golf, right? So again, a lot of the original people are not happy about it, but we're getting a ton of new people because like anybody that we do have a handful of repeat ralliers that came from the Crown Network that are amazing people and love it. But it's a lot of new people because like now the routes are actually interesting. Like we're going through like I switched north again next year for a little more improvement, but Salt Lake City to Jackson Hole to Bozeman.
Jackson Hole's
awesome. Amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Bozeman's amazing. Salt Lake City's fine, but like all the roads around there are nice. The hotels are going to be incredible. Yellowstone's sick. Like it's going to be awesome. So like again, it's a ton of new people, which is pros and cons. I mean, mostly good. You know, fresh blood.
Oh, 100%.
So
would you guys say you guys are more driving based or more event and like activity based?
More driving based, but I'm trying to get into the events as well. Okay. So this past rally, like we usually do at least one track day per rally. Just like some people like it, some people don't. And even if you've never done a track day, it's a less low pressure way to kind of get involved and like get on track without being like, holy shit, I don't know anybody and there's 100 cars and whatever.
Right. It can be a little intimidating.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes like we did it was fine. Like we did this cave tour. Like it was just kind of cool and different. But like for lunch, we did it at this like underground cave area, so people could like walk around, and we got tours in the cave, so like stuff like that. And I would love to do more event-based stuff. It's easier at night. So like for example, when I was doing my squad driven stuff, we hosted dinners at the NASCAR Hall of Fame, which has like these sick old gutted NASCARs are simulators, and there's like a pit crew simulator. So there's like two NASCARs side by side, and like one person does the jack, one person like fuels it, and one person does like the torquing of the lug nuts. So like there's cool stuff to do during dinner. It's a cool like I don't know, not monument, but it's a cool building that people know. Even if you don't like NASCAR, it was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, we did dinner at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which like cool things like that, So I want to get back to getting Crown into more combining my squad driven stuff with Crown in that sense. Like I want to do cool, unique venues that you wouldn't normally go to without this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Kind of like a cruise. You do some weird things on a cruise.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, you're not going to do it unless you're on the cruise.
Exactly.
But that limits you to the coast.
Right.
So now put us all in supercars.
Then you can go anywhere.
And you go do the cool things.
Exactly.
The best part thing in the world. You guys have pretty much West already all, the events, everything, day to day. You can walk us through it?
No. I mean, honestly, that's part of what I'm doing right now is finalizing everything. We have the cities and the hotels. So now my job for so it's in May of next year. So my job for the next, 6 months is to kind of fill in the blanks with cool events, cool dinners, cool lunches, the best roads, that kind of thing.
So we got 6 months till Crown West.
Correct.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got some time to make it, so we're going to be there.
Yeah.
I'd love to have you guys if you want it.
It's Seattle to San Diego.
Correct.
Okay.
And we are offering halves for people that are like limited on time or cash. So San Francisco, we're there for 2 days, and that's the halfway point. So it's either 5 days Seattle to San Francisco, 5 days San Francisco to San Diego, or the whole thing is 10 days.
That's a smart angle.
And Tahoe's after San Fran, right?
Tahoe's prior to San Fran because it's like
the Tahoe Lake.
It's slightly north, yeah.
Or we take the first run, because that's literally every time I thought about going on a rally, it's always the time. Because I can't
the amount of time off.
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
I can't
It's a lot of
personally be
business
away from the
owners.
business.
Correct.
Exactly.
Right.
For that long.
Right.
But I could do 4 or 5 is pushing it, but I could do 4.
Sure.
But 10, that always kills me.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to
Every
offer
time.
half. Yeah, but this is the biggest one Crown's done. I'm definitely like, it's gonna be incredible. We have a ton of interest for it. We have a handful of signups already. Like people are like, oh my God, I can't decide which half. And it's, that kind of thing, which is a good problem.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'd end up defaulting to the bottom half just because
Closer.
Yeah, it'd be easier.
Yeah.
Ship up to San Fran or drive up to San Fran.
Right.
Go down.
And then you're an hour or two from home.
But the Seattle to San Fran leg would be pretty awesome.
Definitely wild roads.
Roads is probably because I've never driven those roads in that kind of car. So I think that would be really enjoyable for myself.
And it'd be really beautiful. There's a lot of nice scenery along the way.
Yeah. A lot of the places we're staying are like on a body of water. Like have you been to Coeur d'Alene?
No.
So it's like it's a lakeside town in the middle of Idaho, I think.
Yeah.
I should know this. But the resort's super nice. Like, so we're probably doing dinner on a boat. Like that's one of the things I planned along this trip is probably dinner on the boat. And then the whole resort, like most of the rooms are like looking at a balcony overlooking this lake. So it's cool stuff like that. You're in the mountains. It's more remote. And then the second half is more Southern California.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Which is cool. And there's tons of cool stuff to do and roads,
Right.
but it's more
And if you're not familiar with it, then it's an awesome experience.
Correct, yeah. And it's more city-based. The top half is more like resorts in the middle of nowhere, sort of. Which pros and cons to each,
Yeah, kind of a cool vibe.
Yeah.
Have you looked at the new outdoor K1 track out in Temecula?
I have not, but that's
Corona?
something I'll look into.
Yeah, it's crazy. I haven't been yet.
Out of our cities, is that near anything?
That'd be in between Palm Springs and San Diego.
So on the last day, potentially.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay.
Because
Essentially on the last day. It's like a massive outdoor, brand new track. Go-kart track.
Sick. Yeah. Gas, I'm assuming? Or?
Yeah.
Walk me through the last 5 days.
San Fran, yep. There is a rumor that we may or may not be going to a racetrack that's just south of San Fran, right near Monterey, potentially.
Rumor.
Maybe. San Fran.
Koenigsegg will be there. So
Right, yes. Perfect. San Fran, Monterey.
Singer will be right back to beat it after that.
Monterey to Santa Monica.
Got it.
Santa Monica to Palm Springs.
Got it.
And then Palm Springs to San Diego, and potentially K1 go-karting.
Yeah. So then, that'll be the nice leg.
Sure.
Yeah, that'll be the in-between.
Santa Monica.
You leave the desert rats and stop through K1 speed.
Yes.
They've been nice little vibe.
Yeah, for sure. No casino stops, huh?
No, dude, honestly, we stop a handful of times. We do stop at casinos, and people, it's a mixed bag. You know what I mean? Some people love it. Some people go to bed, whatever, to each their own.
That's how I'd probably be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just, especially if it's driver heavy, like we're driving, how long are you guys driving for?
Usually on average, like 3-ish hours prior to lunch, and then like 3-ish hours after lunch. 3 to 4.
That's not as bad as I thought. There's some rallies that they talk about they drive for like 8 hours straight.
No.
I cannot do that.
Yeah,
And
typically
I think
it's
if
like
you
3
can
to
do
4 prior to lunch, 3 to 4. And 4's long. Like typically, I try and keep it closer to 3.
Yeah, you're mentally insane. I'm sorry. I'm just going to you can do 8 hours straight.
No,
you are cracked.
Especially on these party rallies.
Yeah, like what are we talking about, bro?
Well, I think that's what you're getting at. Like some people don't realize, and they'll stay up until whatever, getting hammered and whatnot. Which again, you do you. But
Go to bed at 3, get up at 7 a.m.
Exactly.
and then go drive for 5 hours.
Yeah,
do it.
yeah. It's always the new people, or it's always people that are like, yeah, I can do it. You do you, man. More power to you if you can do it. That's fine.
There's no
I'm all
shot.
set with that. I'll go out for like a drink if I go out for a drink, and then I'm going to bed.
There's no way I would
shot.
survive that.
Yeah.
What's crazy is those people are like 30 years older than us, and they're doing it.
Literally, dude. We were range. I think the oldest dude was maybe in his 70s. I think.
Yeah.
What do you think the average age is?
Average, probably mid to late 30s. Probably late 30s.
Because supercar owners.
Yeah. It's probably late 30s. I mean, there's a handful of like mid 20s, late 20s, and a handful of like 40s, 50s, and then I'd say average is probably late 30s.
Are you guys strict on the type of vehicle that attends?
Not really, as long as it's like not a complete shitbox.
Okay.
Like,
what is a complete shitbox? Because I've seen some shitboxes out there. So
Yeah.
What is the definition of a shitbox?
I mean, it really depends, man. As long as it's pretty clean, like we have, I would say on average, the rallies are mostly supercar heavy, but like we do have plenty of cars that aren't supercars. Like we have some cool American muscle, like GT500s. We have C8s, Z06 or not.
We're letting base C8s in.
Yeah.
Okay, word. I'm just
No judgment, man.
I'm getting the temperature of the room.
Yes,
That's
yeah,
all.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
getting
This
the
is the biggest C8 thing.
I heard
in
you
the
have a
world,
Z06,
so-
right?
Yes. I'm
Yeah,
just gaining the temperature.
Dude,
that's all.
honestly, like I'm pretty flexible on it. I don't. It's a tough thing as a brand owner, right? Like I, as a person, don't care what you drive. Like obviously, I like nice cars. I like a mix of everything. I came from a Mustang before my R8. Like I had a Mustang GT, dude. I loved that thing.
Right.
However, I liked my R8 more, but it's whatever. Teach their own.
Right.
As a business owner, sometimes it's difficult because obviously it's sexier to sell a supercar rally than like hey, here's a rally that anybody can come on. Although like I still am a firm believer of like, there are plenty of business owners. Like this woman who I'm thinking of, she's one of my like longtime ralliers. Her and her wife would come on like every single rally. She was awesome. And she has more money than probably most of the people on the rally. She's always got like, all their suitcases, Louis, awesome. Like the biggest ones, the media, like whatever, like thousands of dollars in suitcases. And her thing was Challengers. So she would always have a Red Eye or a Hellcat or whatever.
Interesting.
And like,
okay.
I mean, it was cool. It was red, wide body, whatever. It was cool,
Mm-hmm.
but not a supercar. But again, like she probably had more money than half the people there with Lamborghini, McLaren, Ferrari, whatever. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like,
100%.
it's hard. As a brand, you want the supercars because it sells. As a person, like I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like it's as long as it's
100%.
right.
I think it's a stigma too. Like the lower barrier to entry vehicles technically bring a little bit more of a crazier driver, I would say. Someone that doesn't follow the normal
Correct.
rules
That's
of the group.
right. Exactly. That's just
Supercars a
part.
little more respectful, I would think. I would think.
You hope.
I would hope.
You
That's-
hope.
On average.
On average, maybe. But again, like the unfortunate thing, like the more you go around these groups and driving whatever, like sometimes the people with the nicest cars like don't know how to drive it. You know what I mean? Like they're not necessarily the best drivers just because they have a nice car.
Right.
Which again, like whatever, you got to start somewhere. But like these people sometimes act like they're like the Mario Andretti or like, Lewis Hamilton, whatever,
Oh my goodness.
just because they bought a 720 or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which again, cool car, but doesn't make you a good driver just because you bought a nice car.
What was the nicest car you think you've had on the rally?
The nicest car that we've had since I have owned Crown.
In your rally, in everything you've done.
That's tough, man. And it's personal preference. Like, dude, so we've had some sick cars, but like I'm you an A12, right?
Yeah.
So we had an F12, a red F12 come on the last North rally. And like that is like,
Mint.
for me, yeah, mint. F12, A12, whatever. On this past West, we had some pretty wild twin turbo V10 builds.
Okay.
There's a few like 2,000 horsepower Huracans. There was a
And
few.
they're ripping the rally
Yeah.
in that thing.
Yep.
Yeah, see,
They're
those
on the
people are
lowest
mentally
map
cracked.
setting for sure.
They have to be.
Yeah,
Those people are mental.
1,300 horsepower. You know what I mean? Like he was complaining one time because I think they run on E when they're on their full power or whatever, and I think he was on like pump gas, and he's like, "Oh, I'm down to like 1,400 horsepower or something." I was I was busting his balls.
Crimea River. Are you
Right,
kidding me? Yeah,
right,
you're
right.
smoking. You're smoking a 720. Like,
Right.
What are we talking
But
about?
there's a ton of cool cars, man. We see a lot of really cool, like a variety of everything. You know.
That's a nice blend then.
Yeah, exactly. And Crown, again, prior to my ownership, but Crown had some cool cars when it was going through like the middle of nowhere Midwest. There'd be like an F40 swinging by, a Bugatti swinging by, and there used to be a few Ford GTs, like old school Ford GTs, or GT40, I guess technically, but some cool cars.
I think what shocks me most is if you would have told me that a rally like that began and its starting place was Minneapolis, I'd have been like, wow, I would have never thought the community is that strong out there like that.
The community's tight, but again, it's people that aren't from there are not going to go there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
For a rally.
Right.
But like people there loved it. Like it was huge. That was their biggest, quickest, like least expensive, shortest, largest
Easiest.
rally, easiest to plan, easiest to sell because it was a group of friends locally that just grew and grew and grew.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, this is another question then. So you said that you guys have a lot of newcomers then. So now you guys are doing Crown West. Is it a lot of people that are on the West Coast that are now joining, or a lot of people from the original North and East coming out to the West to join?
The second one. So honestly, our West Coast network is growing, but definitely not a ton of people out West.
Got it. So
So
you guys
our-
travel well then,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
nice.
yeah. A lot of people ship. Like this year, we worked with a transport company that like sponsored the rally, so they shipped 50 cars for us round trip for the whole year. That's
nice.
Yeah. So a huge client base for us, Midwest, but also we have a decent amount of people out of Florida, a decent amount of people out of Texas, and then like the Northeast.
Okay.
So I'd say it's definitely like a range of like besides the Midwest, I'd say it's like the eastern half of the country.
So we need some West Coast presence.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's where we come in.
That's where you guys come in.
That would be nice on the West Coast.
Bring the
presence
entire
there.
state of California
Yes.
to the rally.
I think California has one of the, or at least SoCal is one of the healthiest mix of supercar owners. You have your older crowd.
Sure.
You have a strong presence of your younger crowd here.
And they mix or not so much?
Depends, honestly. I think it really depends on the area. I think Orange County, everybody blends together.
Sure.
And I think in LA, it's a lot more segregated.
Oh, understood.
Yeah, a
Just
lot of
based
LA.
on like the event of choice or based on what?
That's a really good question. I think it's a little bit of both. Like South OC Cars and Coffee is in deep Orange County. Since that's like probably the biggest car show, it's very blended.
Sure.
Everybody shows up,
Sure,
everybody
sure.
goes. In LA, believe it or not, there's not too many consistent car events, and everybody kind of just, there's more cliquey up here
Sure,
in LA.
that's fair.
People aren't as friendly. Nobody mixes well as much. It's a lot more cliquey, and people kind of do things based on maybe views or a little bit of clout versus in everyone in OC down there. Like everyone just genuinely wants to be experiencing cool cars.
Right. That's what it's
Simple.
all about, man. Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
That we were literally talking about this beforehand. We should have been recording the whole conversation, but like the rally world is similar. Like some rallies or the rally world in general, some of it's super territorial and some of it's super like friendly and whatever. Like I've had ralliers who come up to me and they're like, they want to try another rally or whatever. And dude, I don't care.
You're like, absolutely not.
Well, I'm like, as long as you come on mine.
never come back to Crown.
Dude, I've had ralliers that went on another rally, and then that other rally told them if they ever come on my rally again, like they're not welcome back at that rally. I shit you not.
Really?
Dude.
So there's rally beef, huh? There's
Tons of rally beef.
always beef and everything. Why
Dude,
do
but like
have
a lot of
beef,
it's
man?
one-sided, man. Like I don't care.
Right.
I tell my ralliers, like half kidding, I'm like, listen, like as long as you keep coming on my rally,
Right.
go experience other things. Like see what you
100%.
like, see what groups you like. They all are a different vibe. They're all a different experience. They all offer something different. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Beef only takes one side.
That's, I guess, yeah.
It really is just, that's all.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
simple
Yeah.
like that.
I mean, we see the same thing.
Supercar scene is so much beef. It's weird.
Oftentimes one-sided.
That's what I'm saying.
But I feel like encouraging other people, go on out of the rally.
Try it.
You'll see that you hate it and you'll love ours more.
Thank you.
Yes. And then you'll go, you might experience something, you might give me some feedback and be like, you know
Correct.
what? That's not a bad
Dude.
idea. Maybe I can weave that in next time.
Exactly. That's what my big thing is, feedback. And whenever I give my like welcome speeches on the rallies, I'm always like, listen, whether it's your first time, whatever, like I'm a very direct person, which definitely rubs a lot of people the wrong way. And I'm not mean. I don't think I'm mean. And like, I'm just very direct. And sometimes I know it comes off a little harsh, but I always ask for feedback.
The
Whether it's
Northeast in you, you know?
exactly right. So I grew up in, New Jersey, whatever. And it's
Yeah.
very direct.
Exactly.
You in
but-
New Jersey or huh?
Yeah, for high school. Just high school. And then I always ask for feedback for that reason. So I have a lot of ralliers who I'm like, listen, like, please, like my door's open, metaphorically. tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you've been on that you wish was here, like things like that, because that's the only way to get better. Like, I don't know everything. I'm not, whether our rally is great or it sucks, like the only way to get better is if you tell me the problem. If you have a shitty experience and you don't tell me what was wrong, I can't fix it. You know what I mean? So I would rather have a genuine conversation and sit down. And there are a lot of ralliers that will straight up call me and like have a great hour-long conversation with feedback, Unfortunately, so we do a survey and I always leave the option to be anonymous. So I send it out after just for people that aren't comfortable giving me feedback. So I get it, but I also don't understand, like some people who leave negative feedback, leave their name off of it, and I can't have a conversation to correct it. I can't get more clarification if the issue's not clear.
Right.
And luckily it's rare. I mean, it's, 2 out of every 100 people is like, this was not for me or whatever. But like on the same survey, it's like the roads were great, the food was great. And this person anonymously was like, the food sucked and the road sucked. So, if 10 people say it was great and like 2 people say whatever, like.
It's difficult. You can never please everybody.
Right, correct.
Especially when you have that kind of size.
Correct.
Because I was thinking again, like I haven't had a ton of experience with rallies, but even just little cruises, 10, 20, 30 cars is kind of like already that point. And we get to 50, the logistics of it. 100 cars.
Yeah.
At that point, like you said, there's like 5 different groups that really are rallying together.
Yeah. People break up into their driving style.
It's impossible. You can't keep the 100 cars together.
Correct.
Unless you have a police escort. Even the last time we went something similar, I think we did like a Monterey run with that many cars. The police escort, we still got got chopped
no
up
matter what
in the police escort.
Right.
There's just too many people. It's impossible.
Right.
That's a heck of a dynamic.
Yeah.
Logistically speaking.
But if you're out in the middle of nowhere, it's a little easier.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but it's still people drive differently. There are the people that are comfortable going the speed limit at 65 for 4 hours. You know what I mean? And there are some people
that are comfortable going 1.
There's
Again, there's a time and a place. But yeah, again, there's a wide range. So I don't want to make the slow people feel uncomfortable and be like, listen, you have to keep up with the people going 80 miles an hour, for sure, 90 miles an hour, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
You can't control them, so
I give a very brief, a very strict safety speech. Again, is don't ruin anybody else's day, and we all want to make it home safe. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason. It's a fun experience. There's no, just because you're on a rally is not an excuse to go drive like an asshole.
What are the biggest safety tips on a rally, driving wise? Biggest safety driving tips when driving in a group like that?
I would say a couple things. Besides certain things you think are obvious and they're not. Like people think like some people, and it's rare because if I get the feedback, I pull someone aside and talk to them about it. But people that I have removed from the rally or other people have removed, like, just think double yellows are optional. And I'm getting a call from like 6 different people that someone passed 10 cars around an uphill double yellow turn. And like, why would you do that? Like, that's just not safe or smart because like, you could run head on into someone.
Yeah.
Or they could swerve and hit someone else. Either way, someone's getting hurt.
Right.
So like there's that, which is you think is obvious, but apparently not. I would say something that I tell people, which is apparently is not common sense, but if you drive with groups, maybe you get it. When you're driving and there's traffic and say there's like some guy being an idiot in the left lane and like one person can cut in front of him and there's like a wide open lane, people who don't really know what they're doing on the rally, like they'll just boogie and they'll just like leave the group and the group gets separated the second that happens because this guy's still going and then it's like 2 cars next to each other, So like the best thing to do to keep the group together, which is safe and fun, is like the first person goes in, slows down a little bit and holds this person up, and then every one else with the group.
Set a screen, basically.
Right, exactly, right. Set a screen, set a pick.
Exactly. Run a pick. And maybe that guy gets the memo and he gets out the way.
Exactly, right. And sometimes they do.
Yeah.
I love setting screen.
Even just like,
lie to you.
Yeah.
I'm a screen setter. I love
even
it.
just like
driving
passing
or sports, or both?
on the same side.
Both.
But yeah, so again, that's kind of a safety/fun thing. Like, do that. Everyone stays together. It's safer because now this person's not freaking out and like, oh my God. Like, just let everyone go.
Yeah.
I got to ask about the ugly stuff. I have to. I got to know.
Okay.
I'll
talk minimally, depending on what it is.
What you've had? You said you had to remove some people from the rally.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Tell me about some of those experiences. What were some of the negative stuff some people did?
Well, the main one was what I just explained to you. So and this specific gentleman, I'm going to leave his name out of it. So I am too nice in certain ways, and I have a soft spot for certain people. So I had gotten complaints across probably like 2 to 3 plus rallies about the same dude who, again, like just kept going on the double yellows and kept doing whatever. I'd pull him aside every rally. I'd be like, listen, dude, you can't do that. And then he'd probably be good for like the day. And then like, whatever. It's a tough position to be in, especially as the new guy, of being like, hey, dude, like you can no longer come on this event that you paid $10,000 to come on or whatever it is. You know, so like I waited probably longer than I should have. But again, the final straw was the experience I just told you on one of the rallies this year. Some dude was literally like, again, he passed. I got a call from multiple people, like double yellows around a corner, like a 10, 12 cars, whatever it was. And he just flew by him. And I was like, that's it. So
What kind of car?
I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that.
I was gonna make stereotypes on it.
That's fair. That's
based
fair.
on
That's
the
fair.
car.
That's fair. That's fair.
Demon.
I'm always stereotyping the cars. I'm an avid Porsche hater. That's
Porsche hater. Interesting.
Hater,
Typically,
yes.
they're like, people are obsessed.
That's my
Right.
whole point.
I feel you.
I don't understand it.
They're great cars. They're really good at rally cars. I'm not like a Porsche fanboy.
Right.
But they're good cars.
They are good cars for what they are.
Correct.
For what they are.
What do you mean?
Because again, we're talking about
Yeah, like, what do you
we're
mean?
talking about a 500 horsepower Volkswagen Beetle is what we're really talking about here.
Yeah, but they handle, like, what handles better than a 3RS?
You're right. Why do they handle so well though?
Aerodynamics? I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
They handle well because they really dialed in the suspension
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that
of course,
cars. They
right.
spent like their engineering focus has been
Yeah,
that.
right.
And again, when you have
Or like maybe
500
where the
horse-
engine placement is kind of thing too?
So that's the biggest thing. That car being rear engine like that,
Yeah.
technically, if you break it down the science of it, it's not supposed to handle that well when it takes a corner because your weight is all the way in the back.
Sure, sure.
So your gravity is not supposed to be like that. They've dialed it in.
Right.
500 horsepower is what keeps them like that. You put 700, 800 horsepower
then
on those
it's
cars,
wild.
you can't control it.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
everyone's like, it's this monster.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got 500 horsepower. The recent ones do. The ones before had in the fours.
3, 4, yeah,
No
yeah.
wonder they handle well.
Right.
Like my 812 will try to kill you. It's got 800 horsepower.
Right, right.
Stock from
Right.
the factory. There's just different ballparks. So when they try
Totally
to put,
fair. That's fair. That's
they
fair.
put a
Because it depends what you want it for.
Exactly. They put a GT3 and act like it's a monster because it has a similar track time as another car. I was like, well, yes, it's just it emphasizes a different element of the car.
Correct.
That's
I
why.
agree. Yeah, that
Don't
makes sense.
tell me that it's just this monster of a beast of a car. It's just a different lane.
Sure.
That's my only
Well, like
issue
the
with it.
812 is probably better on the road or a straight line or whatever, and then the 3RS is like a track focused car.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's a more visceral. 812 is more visceral driving
Sure,
experience
sure.
than like a GT3 is in a different way.
Sure.
So I've always been. I come from again. I'm a Corvette guy. Everyone already knows here. So I come from a more bigger block, big motor.
Sure.
That's my style. So that kind of car, even the noise that it makes, the flat six noise, it's never been my favorite thing. So I'm the complete opposite stance from every single person on the planet.
Sure.
So that's why I was asking.
Not
what
every
kind of cars.
single
Fair.
person.
Majority of people.
Most people,
There's
they're
some Porsche
really
haters
good
out
all
there.
around rally cars. You know, whether it's a
Porsche
Turbo S
haters.
or a 3R or whatever, like they're really good all around cars. There's
They're
not much
fantastic.
that's better all
they
around.
handle well and they're reliable.
Right.
That's
And they're
kinda what-
comfortable-ish and they're
That's what
quick
you want on a
enough.
rally.
Right, correct.
So trust me, I'm not hating on. I don't think it's a bad
Not what
product.
I want on a rally.
What do you want on a
For
rally?
the record, a 765.
Yeah, I'm about to say, baby, let's go. McLaren
Spider.
type thing. That's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah.
McLaren, so McLarens are sweet. Do you think, okay, would you argue that McLarens are reliable cars? Like if someone said that McLarens are unreliable, would you like disagree with them or would you be like, yeah, you're right, but I love it anyways?
I would say it depends.
Yeah, it depends heavily.
On?
I'd say they sure can be.
Right.
Which one you get?
Fair.
Just
How
like,
you drive it?
Not even the model, just like which car you get.
If someone like washed it, can't you not wash them or something? Or you can't like leave it in the rain or there's something weird with water?
You can have one that's been taken care of perfectly, been serviced on time, perfectly everything, and another one that's been taken care of perfectly, been serviced perfectly on time and everything.
And one
One might have tons of issues, and one is completely bulletproof.
Sure.
Yes. And what we have noticed, and again, this is more recent. So this is just, I think the narrative is starting to change a little bit. 720s, so 2018, 2019, all of them were pretty much, they were all dog shit. All of them.
Dog shit, okay.
All of them. 2020 is when they started improving a little bit.
Sure.
They've gotten better. The 750s recently,
Yep.
from experience, people we own them, I haven't heard a lot of negative about the reliability of
Got it.
those cars specifically.
Sure.
720s all the time. But I think it also depends on you driving the car. I had a 720 for about 8 months and I drove the hell out of it. Never really had a problem.
Huh.
I've had other friends that have had the car, barely drove it, and because they couldn't because they had so many problems.
Sure.
So
It's
a little
also,
up and
what are you
down.
comparing it to? Are
Yeah.
you comparing it to a 911 turbo? Or are you comparing it to a 488 that have turbo blows all the time?
Yeah, I mean, yes. Like in my world, like it's all $300,000. So like it could be I don't know the pricing on like a 488 is probably a little less than that, but Huracan STO? No, Huracan. What are you going to
Yeah, right
Lamborghini for $300,000.
Huracan's
right?
reliable.
Exactly, right? McLaren, Huracan, McLaren, Ferrari. Like obviously that's kind of the trio in that range, right? In that
Yeah.
price range. So that's what you're comparing it to, you know? And I'd say like Lamborghini, hands down, the V10 is probably the most reliable compared to those.
Easily.
I don't know too much. I've heard everyone thinks Ferrari's unreliable. I don't know.
Really, people say that?
I've heard both. I don't know. I've never owned a Ferrari.
I'm in between. So like part of the reason why I got my A12 is because I came from the Aventador platform, and that is terrible. It's not reliable.
The V12.
The V12s.
Right.
Huracans, V10s, smooth.
So
Even
the
the
V12
Uruses, V8s, smooth.
Interesting.
Audi
the V12 is the
products,
issue.
Audi products, smooth.
Right.
Yes.
Of course. Right.
There's nothing in the Aventador
Once they
that's
went off on
Audi,
their own, yeah,
except
yeah.
for the infotainment,
Right.
Yes.
which is from a 2005 Audi.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, exactly. The Aventador was riddled with problems. So I was like, all right, I want a V12 visceral driving experience, but I want reliability. So I went from that to an 812.
Sure.
But I still think, again, it's more reliable, but it's not a Porsche.
The 812.
But I've
Yes.
heard F12s are kind of so-so.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, it's the same as yours, but older, right? Like
Exactly.
it's still like
More
probably
analog.
like the older. I mean, so again, the weird thing with the McLaren, right? Like, so the 720, you're saying 18, 19 was dog shit. After that's fine.
Yes.
I have,
12C, obviously.
but I have buddies with 12 seats. You're saying good or bad?
Well, I know it, I agree with whatever you're about to say because I already know what you're about to say. But the 12C describes exactly what I described earlier is what I've heard about the 12C.
What do you mean?
Like there's people that just riddled with problems.
Oh, sure.
And then there's people that have had them and been like, I just do my routine, whatever.
Exactly.
And it's been fine.
Right. So I have a buddy again who he doesn't drive too much. He doesn't drive too hard, but he's like, this thing's been great. I have no issues.
What I've noticed is if you drive your car at least 2 to 3 times a week, you usually are fine mechanically.
Sure.
What is kind of variable, and it really just depends on the car, the build, the year, everything, is the electrical problem.
Right. Of course.
That's kind of a variable. Like one thing on the 720s, I noticed across the board, sometimes the door will have a little malfunction. The door even kind of misaligns a little bit. The screens, like the 12Cs, like they're kind of hit or miss electronically. But if you drive them, especially now,
Mechanically fine.
a lot of the cars that have been through the problems and had them fixed, now they're pretty much
Yeah.
pretty fine.
Sure.
Upgraded parts or whatever. But
Yeah.
McLaren Beverly Hills told us the average 12C that comes in takes 40 grand in work to CPO.
As in, like, to fix it up so it's like
To
certified
pass,
and
Their
to
able
pass
standard.
McLaren CPO,
Their
$40,000.
That's why. And those
Oh,
go
Gar
for what,
standard
100
of
now?
McLaren, yeah.
Those are 100? Maybe
On the
just
high
over
end,
100? Yeah. So that's
On
like
the high
almost
end.
totally, not totally, it's almost half the value of the car.
Yeah, literally.
Think about that.
That's the thing. I mean, you can go and get one.
It's a hell of a car for 100
You can go get one for 85, right?
12C.
A 12C with like
Abused and whatever?
no,
Or
like 20,000 miles.
really?
Yeah. 100K is like clean. We're talking
Buying a 100K 12C?
buying 100K 12C is like under 15K miles, Spider, probably carbon options.
Wow.
And then I mean, it's somehow it still scales up to like 130 for like 4,000 or 5,000 miles.
Sure,
all
like a wire-
options
yeah.
loaded, MSO this. Someone's paying 130 for that or whatever. But like 100 is getting you a nice one. 85 is getting you a decent car. Like you have options at 85.
Sure.
The cooked ones now go for like low 70s.
Wow, we've gotten that low on those cars.
Yeah.
I just sold the R8s are crashed too. I mean, obviously they weren't as high as the McLarens to begin with, but like I just sold my V10 R8 with 102,000 miles for like 60 something grand.
102.
Yeah,
But it was 102,000 miles, and I was like,
Damn.
dude, I maintained the shit out of it. It was
Right.
great shape. It was awesome.
How many transmission swaps did you have to do on that?
So when I first bought the car, I bought it to rent it. I owned a rental company.
Okay.
And it paid for itself. But I had some old doctor in like the end of the season. It was like October, November. So it was the 2012, so it was the R-Tronic, single clutch. And have you guys driven those?
Yeah.
So when you drive it like lightly, it just slips the clutch like you're driving them standard and whatever.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just like burns the clutch. Yeah. So this
Right.
old dude was just like barely touching it, like driving around neighborhoods, going to his friends' houses, showing off, whatever. And I get a call, and he's like, "Hey, the car's smoking," and I was like, "Okay, are there any lights?" Yeah, I was like, "Turn it off," whatever. He's like, "Yeah." Well, sorry, he didn't call me when it was done. He called me when he got home. So he's like, the car was smoking. I stopped. I shut it off. I turned it back on, and then I just drove home. I said, "Okay." So I picked it up, and it was driving a little weird. And then I ended up taking it to a few different shops. I think maybe the dealership, but it was driving like shit. So like when you got on it, it felt like it was like a chatter every time. Like it was like like just engaging. That's not normal, obviously. Long story long, went to the dealership. They were like, "Your transmission's screwed. You need a new transmission." I ended up taking it to another shop, and they were like, this dude essentially warped the clutch and the flywheel because he was like pussyfooting
so
it.
much?
Yeah, and the temperature got so hot that it just warped everything. And it showed, like, when you plug it in, like, it shows you the warnings that were sent off. It shows you the clutch wear, it shows you everything. So the clutch still had like 60% clutch life left, but it showed that he was shown a warning on the dash saying like clutch is overheating. He ignored the warning, and that shows at like, I'm going to butcher these numbers because it's been a long time, but essentially it shows, call it like 400 degrees or whatever is when the light comes on of like pull over, it's overheating.
Right.
Yeah.
He kept driving until it hit like 1,000 degrees, which is why it warped. And then he never stopped. He just kept going, which caused it to warp and break. And then the transmission was fine. Put a brand new OEM clutch in, good as new. So like never had a transmission issue, but like some dude destroyed the clutch.
Yeah, that's tough.
And then I never rented it again. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I would get overheat warnings on my Vantage.
From doing similar like light driving or
It
like
was
a hill or something?
It was always a hill. Like it first happened last year in Monterey because there's so many hills in Monterey, and it's like you're trying to get out of Pebble Beach and you're going up a hill in traffic.
Yeah.
Single clutch in Monterey.
I was gonna say those are single clutch too. Yeah.
Those two just don't go together.
Even
of course.
even just like I'd leave like 3 car links before I'd actually go and try and step on it, like all the things. I'm not feathering up a hill, but I ended up finding out that my hydraulic pump was leaking, so it didn't have enough pressure.
Oh, to like engage the clutch.
Additional stress on it.
Yeah.
So it was overheating a lot, and then once I got that fixed, I don't think it ever overheated this year in Monterey actually, but last year it did. I had like 4 times I had to pull over, and I didn't keep going. Guess what? I pulled over, I parked, and I turned off the car, and
it was
I
fine.
came back when it cooled off.
Shocker. Yeah. You think you'd listen, but then this guy was acting like he had no idea what was going on. I was like, listen, dude, like you plug it in, it shows you. It shows me that it told you to do this at 400 or whatever degrees, and you drove it until it was like 1,000. Like you continued to drive a lot.
Yeah.
It's not like you had to like drive 5 minutes to get home.
Right.
What'd you buy it at? You sold it at 102. How much did you drive the car?
I bought it at like 28,000 miles.
Damn.
Like 3 years before that. Yeah, I drove
Damn,
like
in
shitload.
3 years?
Yeah. I drove it a lot, man. That thing was amazing. Drove it all over the country on rallies and stuff. It was great, like workhorse. That's why I'm a big R8 guy. You know,
that platform really can
pretty
be
reliable, pretty fast, pretty comfortable. Sounds pretty good. Like it's good at everything.
Oh, it's perfect.
What were the biggest issues you had outside of that clutch issue?
That was more or less it. I drive it in the winter too when I was up in New England, and I was doing donuts in the snow in last winter, and I cracked the. Apparently, it's relatively normal. The like the coolant reservoir is plastic, so a lot of times they upgrade it with either a newer plastic or metal.
Yeah.
So that was another issue. The AC condensers or the AC. I forget the term. The AC thing, the AC whatever it is.
Yeah.
Leaks, so then you lose AC. So I had to replace that once or twice, and then all the shocks leak, so I had to replace those with coilovers because $3,000
I heard that's
coilovers.
what everyone does.
Yeah, but like a whole set of coilovers, I got like H&R, which is totally fine, $3,000, and then each of the factory shocks is like $3,000.
Yeah.
It's like, why would I replace them with factory when I can just do coilovers and lower it a little bit and
Yeah, make it look nice.
right, exactly.
Yeah, it
Rides
probably
nice.
rode better.
Rode better anyway.
Yeah,
Rode better,
exactly.
lowered. It was good.
Instead of the so you had like the mag ride.
Yes, yeah.
I think that platform's so amazing that it's been out that long, so consistent.
Dude, people
so
didn't know what year it
reliable.
was. Like, again, it was, I mean, I always wrapped it. I had wheels. It had a little wing on it. Like, it looked sweet, but it was a 2012. So, yeah, it was 13, 14-year-old car.
That it's just aging so well, I still think.
Yeah.
I wanted a 2014 the dual clutch upgrade years. I wanted for a long time. It's still like, I mean, I wouldn't write it off as a possibility.
Really?
You getting one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're solid. I mean, again, they're not, relatively, they're not
It'd be
incredibly
like
expensive.
a how things go sort of situation, you know?
Okay, I feel that.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. Those cars are just so plug and play and customizable, which is what I really like.
Yeah.
For that
and
money,
reliable.
right?
Yeah. And
exactly.
every time I see one, I saw one the other day, a Gen 1. I love how they look.
Yeah. I hate the Gen 2 MMI, like the two, all of the infotainment, why am I blanking? What's it called?
Yeah, it's all in the
What's
cluster.
the word for the, like the
TAC?
virtual cockpit? I think it's
Digital-
called a virtual
digital gauge
cockpit.
cluster?
Yeah, no, I think it's called a virtual,
they
Audi
call
calls
it.
it like
Yeah,
a virtual
of
cockpit
course,
or
they got
something
their
where
own
it's
names.
like, it's, but yeah, through the steering wheel. So like your backup camera, everything, you have to like look through.
Oh, yes. I hated that.
Irritating.
Yes. I
Dumb.
rented one of Miami one
Stupid.
time, and as soon as I put in backup camera, I was like, they really
Terrible.
putting this. You know what other car has
This
that?
has the worst backup camera in all of history.
These things, like the Roma, Ferrari Roma, does the same thing. They're all
It's all
backwards.
in the,
So this is the fun part about the Roma. The Roma has a center screen.
sure.
But yet,
Like with CarPlay and stuff?
so yes, it's you would think
It has
but
a center screen.
It has
Right,
a center
right,
screen,
okay.
kind of like the Aventuror, where it has that center.
infotainment.
Sure.
Like
Yes.
the satellite map is on there.
Understood. The radio.
The radio's on there.
So we're in Dallas, right? We're driving the car around. I plug in the Apple CarPlay and I'm waiting for it to turn on and it's not turning on. I'm like, what is happening? I look up. It's on the little freaking
CarPlay's behind your steering wheel?
CarPlay's the
Behind the
little
steering
thing.
wheel.
And I go, you got to be kidding
Who
me
thought
now.
of that and was like, that's where
There's
you
a
put it?
giant center screen. Immediately, I was like, I know this Roma is ass. And I
Yeah.
stand by. You guys have heard me talk about it. Roma's the worst car that Ferrari's ever
Do you want to
made.
know what it is? None of the other cars have a center screen, right?
Correct.
So
Well, yeah, I guess it doesn't even have any. Yeah, it's just air vents.
they already have all of the, all of the software coding and everything set up for CarPlay to work on the digital display. So in order to
so
move it to the
dumb.
center display just for the
So
Roma,
dumb.
a small company like Ferrari, who only builds so many cars and so many models,
Small
saves them a lot of money to just leave it here where it's set up on all the other cars.
Just roll in the extra couple $1,000s to the cost.
It was so bad because the worst part is it's
I mean,
only
that's my
one
guess.
side.
That's my
right.
The Roma has only one side of it. So instead of replacing like my RPMs, they just throw CarPlay there. So I can't see my RPMs. I can't see.
So it's only CarPlay.
Yeah.
No speed, no
I am
no tack,
shifting on
nothing.
feeling
moved
and
the-
vibes. I can't see a thing on
They
there.
move the speedometer to the bottom left.
Right, it's like
Yes.
it's like this, like
Yeah, it's like way down here.
They don't
But
even move the
tack is-
RPMs.
The tack is gone
You're
completely.
no tack.
You're
No
gone.
tack.
I have no idea what gear I'm in. I have no idea where I'm shifting. It is
What?
Trust me, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Trust me. I
So
have.
you don't
if,
use CarPlay in a Roma.
If you've heard me
case.
before, I've grilled that car. That
the
car
Roma.
is
You spend
is-
what $300,000,
It
and
is
then it's
terrible.
Yeah.
And again, this is the biggest thing. That car is meant to be a very nice blend of GT and performance.
Comfort, yeah.
It quite literally doesn't do the GT part well, and it does the performance part terrible. And it's just
Understood.
a flop.
You're passionate
product.
about the Roma.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like the first product where I was like, okay, Ferrari really missed on this. And then everything kind of after that was, okay, they missed on that. Okay, they missed on that. Okay, now we're at, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
The lineup, everything is crap.
They badly need to buy a Turbo S
And just experience it.
and figure out how to replicate that and put a Ferrari badge on it.
Yes, it's just the new lineup of Ferrari is dog crap. But for cars like the 812, F8, 458s, 488s, let's go up in
Solid.
price. Maybe.
Going up.
Yeah, very solid,
Okay,
very nice.
okay.
Because everything new Ferrari is crap. But what I have heard, and this has been a recent topic because I always like talking about, is everybody does say the 296 is actually a pretty elite driving weapon.
Cool.
What I have heard.
Sure.
But again, V6 hybrid platform
V6 twin turbo hybrid, right?
is
Yeah.
not what everybody thinks.
When you think Ferrari.
But everybody has said that that car, for what it is, drives very nicely.
Okay.
I'm somebody, maybe I'm a little old school. I'm somebody that drastically cares about the motor in the car. I can't, like a V6
It
just
depends
doesn't
what you're
turn me
looking
on.
for.
Exactly.
Like a daily
It doesn't turn me
driver
on.
or whatever. I get it. You know, who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I'm
But
more
a sports
somebody,
car, like I'm with you.
It makes it a big blend. Because again, if you want like
What about like an
daily-
Acura NSX?
The new one.
Does the V6 throw you off?
So
Or does it just
I
being an
was,
Acura
I
throw
was
you
kind
off?
of a hater. Well, I was kind of a hater until I had a buddy who, an old business partner of mine, had an NSX that he put like tuned downpipes, whatever, and I took it on track. It was pretty sick. The interior, hated it. Like it was a Honda interior. Like you sit in it and it's like Honda, and you're spending whatever.
Yeah.
Stupid. But driving it, I actually liked it a lot. I don't know if you guys driven NSXs.
No, we haven't.
It was heavily modified. Like I think he did a little either coilovers or springs or some sort of suspension work. Downpipes tuned. Like it was pretty fun. Not gonna lie.
So now, because again, you talk about like how much you spend for a Honda interior. Now they're kind of relative bargains, is what we always kind of talk about.
What do you mean?
How much do they cost right now?
100, 150, 100,
100.
120?
120 for like again a
120
clean-
for a clean one.
Sure.
Yes.
For 100K, it's a bargain.
Yeah,
car.
yeah, that's
back
fair.
when they used to sell for 170, 180.
Almost, yeah,
I'm like, all right,
200.
we're paying top dollar for a Honda interior.
Right,
There's
right,
There's
right.
a little
Yeah,
bit of a
that's
give and
tough.
take. And they were doing the hybrid technology before anybody was.
Yeah, I think that was the first like weird.
It was.
6 twin turbo hybrid kind of thing, right?
And since I know it was Honda, I know it works, and I know it's reliable.
That's your point. Is it's probably reliable.
And they were doing stuff that nobody can get right. Reveltos break all the time now.
Right.
SF9s break. Ferrari, they can't even do it right yet. They were doing it right in 2017.
yeah.
I know the
Because
car's
they've
gotta
been
be
doing
this.
hybrids since.
for forever.
knows how long.
Exactly.
I don't
So
even
I
wanna
know
say
the
the wrong
car's
number.
probably pretty capable.
If you, I guess, could take any car on a rally, what would you take? Go under $1 million. Just
No
Under
bias.
$1 million.
No bias.
throw some sort of.
TDF, I think.
That's a nice choice.
I think I've never driven one.
Is that under $1 million?
You can probably 7, 8.
I
I thought they maybe the 1.2. Okay,
was
fine.
going to ask over $1 million next, so you can.
Well, so over
pocket
$1 million
TDF.
again. Unlike
a
you,
whole
I've
world
never
over $1 million,
no, but
though.
like
It's a
I've
whole
never
world.
like I was a big Koenigsegg fanboy. Like it's super
Yeah.
cool tech, it's super cool cars. I think I like how they look. So like I've never driven one, I've never been in one, but like I think I'd love one if I had $5-10 million, whatever it is, to buy a car. Yeah, I don't know, under $1 million. How much is an A12 comp? Or like is any of that over $1 million? Or sorry, is any of it under $1 million, or it's all over?
None of the special ones are.
Yeah.
Like an A12 comp. Or what's the
A12
new
comp is
Competizione?
Herta and all that stuff. Those
Sure.
are, those
You
are
could get an
all-
all over
A12
$1 million.
GTS.
Which is cool,
You get a tailor-made A12 GTS.
right?
back when you-
I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's all I got. I think
The
an
comps are
A12
like
type.
1.3, 1.5.
Yeah, I think A12. Again, I've never driven it. Just it's cool. It's my kind of like next.
What do you like about it?
I like the V12. I like how it's comfortable. I like how it's like you said the blend of the comfort or the GT car and the performance car. Because like on a rally, the R8 was great, but like it still definitely lacked some space, and it did lack some juice. You know, like it was fast enough. It had 500 and whatever horsepower. However, 800 something with a decent sized storage space trunk.
Very decent.
Yeah.
See, thank you.
Very
A12. That's a car that does GT and speed.
That's what I'm saying.
Perfect.
That's my.
They
It's
hit
like
on the
a
head with
great
that
GT car. That's why I think it'd be great.
Fantastic.
I never driven one. Just conceptually, it sounds great.
We're taller guys too, so like you really
True.
appreciate
Yes.
it. Ferrari's got an open center.
Yep.
It's very appreciative.
Yeah.
It's very roomy.
Huracan's tight.
Yes.
Like all that platform. Even the new Gen 2 R8 platform is like
Very
relatively tight.
Right. So that's kind of my issue because I really like my car, but I'm kind of at the curve point where I'm like, okay, I can entertain the idea of something else, but I think about everything and I go, I love
tight.
driving this car. Yeah, the A12 is so comfortable.
Like, you know
so
what else is
comfortable.
crazy? Even just this 488 compared to the 650 that we sat in, night and day, size-wise.
It's crazy, right?
The McLaren?
Yes.
McLaren's small.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Way smaller. Like this car has room.
You know what
it's
it is?
so open in the cabin.
Sure.
Even the doors. Like the Ferrari doors, they almost like they push out on the sides, like in the interior. Like they try to push
so
them
it's
out as
spacious,
far
you're
to
saying.
make it as spacious
Yeah,
as
yeah.
possible. So the
Yeah,
cabin's
McLaren, you're like this.
cabin's very wide, center console is open, all that stuff. McLaren, it's like everything points in,
And it's like,
you're like,
yeah, the door sill is like this.
you're
long.
in this little,
You're in the tub.
Right,
You're
right.
literally
Right.
in the
you're
tub.
squeezed into that car.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
We just signed a 650
which is a
over the
cool
weekend.
feeling. It just depends on what you want, I
Fair.
guess.
True.
So
It really is heavily dependent on what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at a point.
I don't
where
know, man. I'd like
my
to try a
A12.
bunch of things, A12 seems like a good
Damn,
solution.
I wish I would have
but-
brought my A12 tonight. I'm sorry. I would have let you
We
drove
could've
it.
sat
I'm
in it
sorry.
and-
I would let you drove it. I
Oh,
would let you
thank
drive
you, dude.
it.
I appreciate it. All good. Next time.
tell them that now.
Bring it on the
I
rally.
know.
Bring it on the
I
rally.
know. I messed
You
up.
should
I
have
messed
kept that
up.
to yourself.
Bring it
I
on the
messed up. I
rally,
messed
and then
up.
we'll do it on the rally.
Deal. That's 100% deal. If I still have it by
Yeah.
then.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Because you said 6 months from now,
May. Yeah.
May. Yeah, it's up in the air. Ideally, I'm probably going to keep it, but
How long you had it?
since April,
So you've had it about 6 months.
yeah. I flirt with cars. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's my
Well, that's
speed.
why you guys did the dealership thing, right?
Yeah,
Kind of, maybe.
I'd be flirting with cars, but I think this again. I'm at this point where I look at the A12, and every time I look at something else, I'm like, yeah, this is funner. But the blend. There's nothing that's going to give me that blend.
But it depends what you need, right? It depends what you want. You're looking for a track car. You're looking for a weekend car. Depends what you want.
You have room, V12, dual clutch, good tech.
Right. Oh, because the F12 was single clutch, or no?
I actually don't. I'm not 100 percent positive.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
I just look at a
F1
Venture or A12
transmission?
Was it?
It might be. I don't know. I don't want to
Well,
misquote.
the F1 I know was the F430 and stuff. I don't know about the F12.
I think the F12.
Look it up. I just went from Aventador, so that was single clutch
That's
and
single
like
clutch,
the
right?
worst single clutch,
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
A12, and
Which is
literally
like-
just like,
Yeah.
and 9,000 Redline. That is really underrated.
7-speed dual clutch.
The F12.
F12.
Interesting. Okay.
Not bad. The 458 is always the car everyone talks about, the 9,000 Redline, and everyone talks about A12 and kind of just leaves that one aspect out. When you have a V12 straight pipe that revs to 9,000,
Yeah.
it is a visceral
Yeah,
experience.
dude,
It is
wild.
awesome.
Well, the first 2 months of owning my R8, it was my first time buying something that the red line's almost 9,000. I think it's
Yeah.
8,500 or whatever.
It's up there.
I
coming
don't think
from
I
Mustang.
shifted. Right, correct.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
red
that's
line's like
awesome.
7,000,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
65, 7, whatever.
It's totally different gearing.
Dude, so-
completely
different gearing, and like I don't think I took it over like 5,000 ish, just by habit.
Right.
And then I realized I was like, wait a minute, there's a whole new world. As soon as I went, a whole new world over
new
5.
world.
Exactly right. Over 5,000. I was like, holy shit, that's That's where the fun is, you know?
Yeah, flying on the magic carpet.
Exactly.
Up to 8,600 RPMs.
Exactly.
Baby.
So I'm assuming the F12 or the A12 is the same. The
Similar,
whole new
yeah.
world over,
Similar,
5-6K.
The A12 just, by the time you're there, you're going ridiculous.
Oh, stupid. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a sound though that it makes when you shift off that red line. It's like a snap. It's a very unique sound. I can't really replicate it, but it's like
It's just like
it's something that's just special. Like when you rev, it's like a sharp high because it's really high pitched at that 9,000.
Sure.
And it snaps. It's immaculate.
nothing beats it.
Nothing beats it. It's immaculate.
I can see it in your face.
SVJ probably beats it. That's the only car.
Okay, but that's like
Yeah, but then you're talking about again
tomato.
SVJ. The only thing that it has is that sound. Like the SVJ is made. Aventador is really the sound.
Right.
Single clutch is ass. Interior is ass.
Yep.
Car's really big. Car's no visibility.
Understood.
Car's not.
So it's just like
it
the
doesn't
sound and
handle
the
well.
speed.
That's
Car is
it.
beautiful.
Not even the speed, really. Car is beautiful. There you go. That's fair. Doors go up.
Doors go up.
Doors go up. Car's
The
beautiful.
SVJ is plenty fast. Don't let him say not
I was
to
gonna say
speed.
straight line. It's got to
Well,
be
it
fast.
depends
at
on
least.
what we're comparing it to. 'Cause-
A12.
No, my
It's
812
gotta be
smoking
comparable.
No, my 812
Smoking?
smoking
Stock?
SVJ.
Smoke?
A12 stock.
Okay,
SVJ stock. I mean, they're both NAV12s, right?
So A12's got 789 and SVJ's got 770. I don't know.
19. What's
Yeah.
the weight difference?
I don't know. That's the biggest. That would leave it down to.
It's got to be close.
My car's
no?
It's
tuned,
gotta be
though.
close.
My car's tuned.
Which adds. It's an NA. It can't add too much, right?
HD tune though, baby. Matt is a Ferrari speaker. So I
Okay.
would say conservatively, he says 70 to 80 wheel is what he says.
70 to 80 wheel is what he thinks it added per tune.
Yes, for just a
That's
tune.
pretty sweet on an
It
NA
is.
car.
Yes,
Yeah.
on a turbo car, he does 100.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
Easy. So not bad. So I would say let's call it, my car is doing 840, 830 wheel. It's not bad. It's pretty fast up there. So again, Ventadors can get up there. Again, it's just a different feel, especially again, single clutch versus dual clutch. The amount of time it takes to ship versus what I'm probably quicker. But again, it's just a different feeling, different driving experience. A12 is like I can drive it 4 times a week. SVJ is like, all right,
Once
it's
a week
Sunday,
and you're
yeah.
exhausted. Yeah, that's fair.
It's
that's fair.
terrible.
It's more of an experience, more of like a production to get in and out of an SVJ and going places than A12. You can just like get and go to the dinner.
Likewise,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Anything else in between? It's like SVJ is like I got 2 or 3 cars. A12 is like okay, I got one
Sure.
sports
Sure.
car, supercar, whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's a whole different dynamic.
Sick.
Is there anything you're eyeing for next? What's on your
Two things
target
potentially.
board?
So I'm in the middle of building or working with shops. I'm not very great with mechanical things, nor do I have the space or whatever or the knowledge. So I work with people that know their shit. You know. So I'm in the middle of building an original 80s Audi Quattro, like the old school, like the original Audi Quattros, like how the Quattro system and the turbo got involved with the 5-cylinder. So I'm hoping to have that done up and like drive that on road rallies, which would be sick. Like I had the motor built by like this one legendary guy who has the land speed record for the 5-cylinder engine or Audis or whatever back like on the salt flats. So it's like, I don't know. The shop I was working with really recommended it, and it definitely adds value if and when I want to sell the car, and I know it was done right. So it's the block's built to handle 1,000 horsepower, and it weighs like 2,800 pounds. So I'm probably going to keep it at like 600, just with a buffer.
Right.
So again, to answer your question, I'm either going to finish that and have that be like my sick rally car sooner than later, or get something like an RS6-ish. Again, as the person running the rally, I need something that's cool, fast, and also like comfortable and has space for both people and my shit, like tents or tables or merch, you know?
Yeah, that's a question I want to ask. When you are like the leader of all this, you're not really enjoying the driving, are you?
We were just talking about this.
You're fighting fires all day long.
So when I was running squad driven, it was a smaller, tighter group in the sense of like I was more of a tour guide, if you will, and like I was leading the pack most of the time. We'd still split up, but like I was still like kind of leading the pack, showing people where to go and like driving with people. And like to your point, I do this because I love driving. I love cars. That's why I got into this. When I took over Crown, the first couple rallies, I was doing the same thing. And like, I had a great time and it's easier for me. My logic is partially I enjoy it, but partially it's easier for me to put out certain fires when I'm there. But it leaves my staff and whoever hanging where if they get to a hotel prior to the entire group and I'm driving and have 0 phone service and rooms are messed up or parking's messed up or something's messed up, like we're screwed. Like they can't do anything until I get there.
Right.
So the last few rallies of this year, I kind of had a reality check where like, hey, I'm the big boy. I got to step up now, put my pants on. And like, unfortunately, now I'm riding with staff. It's a fun experience, but like I'm riding A to B from hotel to hotel on my laptop in the back seat with my staff, which love my staff. It's a great time. But again, I'd rather be rallying.
Right, 100%. Yeah. It's a little bit of a blend.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I'm going to get to a point where like once
bit of a blend.
once we grow enough that I can hire someone to like go ahead and
Rally manager.
right, like a manager of some sort to like go to the hotels and put out those fires, then I would love to go back on the rallies and kind of be with the ralliers, networking, enjoying it, like making sure all of that stuff's good, and then having someone else dealing with rooms, parking, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Do you find that difficult being like, you get into this because it's what you love to do, but then it becomes work? You know what I mean?
I've had that thought. Yes, it kind of, it's a love-hate thing. You know what I mean?
For sure, yeah,
So
yeah.
like I got into it because I love doing it, but it's definitely getting to
on a
point.
smaller scale, we kind of, there's elements that I can totally relate with.
With essentially you love something and then now it becomes work, and it's
like parts of it being work.
Right. So it's definitely pros and cons, and it's definitely something, especially taking over Crown. Like this is a legitimate business. Like before I took over, Crown had a staff of like 6 people, like full-time employees.
Right.
So now I'm, kind of growing it again. I'm a one-man band until I can hire people and grow, which will hopefully happen soon. But to your point, it's definitely like a daily battle, to be honest, of like, I love it, but also like now it's becoming only work and less pleasure. Like now that I'm not driving on the rallies and like I still love what I do. I love the people. I love traveling. I love all this stuff, but it's definitely more of like, okay, reality check. This is a job and not a passion anymore.
Right, not driving a car on a rally.
Me
just
having a good time. Right. It's more of like, this is an actual company, so pros and cons.
For sure.
The desensitized aspect is what I don't like.
In what sense?
Like for us, when we started this, all we wanted to do, drive supercars, go to supercar meets, everything supercar. Now I'm like, it's gotten a lot more normal. Supercar meets don't seem as attractive.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm almost like, I don't really want to go
Yeah,
to all these events.
Yeah.
So like for you, you've probably seen some of these views so much, so you're like, okay, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
But the first time you were like, dude,
Right.
this is awesome.
Yeah.
Now you're like, all right, yep, we've done this. Okay, now let's get to the hotel. We got to make sure this said.
Like, I'm ready to get home.
But it's their first time.
Yes.
Exactly. But like it's everyone else's first time. So I
Right.
have to like, I'm hosting them and I have to be like, okay, like, yeah, great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Like, I did 5 times before, you guys got here.
Exactly.
Right.
When you're putting it all together, there's an element of like, you're kind of all this planning, all this work to put on a great event for other people, and then you're seeing them enjoy it,
Right.
and then
That's rewarding.
really fulfilling.
Yeah, it's fulfilling and rewarding
in another way.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I love what I do, because it is fulfilling and rewarding, showing people places they've never been or would go to, or roads, restaurants, experiences, whatever. And it's always great when people like get out and they pull me aside at dinner, like, this is the best thing ever, like this is amazing. That's always rewarding. But again, I'm like, yeah, I'm really glad you'd enjoy yourself and I did a good job. But it's at the end of the day, like I wish I was rallying.
Oh, 100%. Do most people come with their partners?
Yeah, I would say most, yes. There's definitely some that are either like father-son or some more distant relatives, cousins, whatever. Definitely some friends. But I would say a majority are partners. Husband, wife, husband,
The
husband.
females got to really hold it down in a 10-day supercar rally.
There's no way Meg would come,
Dude, but listen, dude, like a lot
way.
of significant others, a dude will come with his best friend because he's like, I don't think my wife would like it. It's his first time rallying. He comes on the rally and then they meet other couples and other women that are on the rally. And he's like, actually, like the hotels are sick. The meals are sick. Like she would love being spoiled and bougie for a week. And then maybe she's not going to enjoy the day of driving, but she'll tolerate it. But she'll be happy when we're at this 5-star resort and she's eating a 5-star dinner. And you know what I'm saying? Like some people, like initially, a lot of people do think they're like, oh, my girlfriend would hate this. My wife would hate this. But then they do it. And then they're honestly like, maybe she would actually like it. Meet the other girls and they kind of like click up and,
I just don't know. She would have to just let me drive how I want to drive.
That might be tough.
And I just don't know that would happen.
Yeah, that's specific based on, individual couples and people.
Exactly.
But again, it depends. There's always a balance. Like on this past rally, we have a longtime rally couple in a Viper. The husband texted me saying, hey, wife gets kind of car sick. Do you mind if she rides with your staff for a day or two? She can help with you guys. And I was like, yeah, sure. So like he enjoyed the back roads and whatever. She rode next to me in the staff SUV, had a good conversation. She wasn't car sick. He had a great time. So like it was a balance. I wouldn't love to do that on every rally, but I don't mind helping every once in a while with like, helping them enjoy the experience in their own ways. You know what I mean? But she had a great time getting to the cities early and then like walking around, showing herself around, getting lunch, going to a spa, whatever, So different aspects.
Have you been on any other large rallies besides Crown?
No. So I've wanted to. It's not due to the lack of me wanting to. It's due to my like lack of time, honestly. And like for me, it's hard to justify spending whatever dollar value that is because I mean, it's technically market research. Like that's the only reason I would do it, or to enjoy it with other people.
Right.
So if I had the time or just like didn't care about spending $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 to go on someone else's rally, right? It depends, right? 20, 30, 50, whatever, depending on the rally. I would like to, honestly. Like I would love to, and something I was talking to so a lot of my squad driven networks, some of them have come over to the Crown World, but a lot of them haven't, just because it's definitely a different step up. It's more expensive, it's further away, it's all that stuff. So my small crew of like people that still come, they want to do another rally with me, of like me just driving with them. You know what I mean? So like I may literally go up to New England some point next summer and just like over the course of a weekend, not plan an official rally, but like me and a dozen dudes just driving around and enjoying ourselves, you know, something like that, where it's like I can actually enjoy and hang out.
Just a little cruise.
Yeah, low key, you know.
I like the idea of that.
It's, again, there's nothing beats it, right? Like it depends what you want, but
For sure.
it's always fun cruising with your friends, just like exploring, chilling, like no pressure, no timelines, no hotels. And I get it. As someone who plans the exact opposite, I get it.
Yeah.
But like, there's definitely pros and cons to both.
For sure. And yeah, there's no doubt that there's a time and a place for both options.
Right, correct. Yeah.
And they can both be fun.
Yeah. Have you guys done rallies or no? And, like any small day rallies, week rallies, weekend rallies?
Just
Maybe
weekends, just small ones.
Maybe a couple little ones, yeah.
Big ones?
Like nothing too major. Like we've done.
Fuel Run to Monterey was big.
Fuel Run Monterey was
Fuel
pretty
Run
big.
to Monterey, yep.
That was pretty big.
That was like 100
That's
and something.
like
cars.
that's like just a morning, but it's a big group, correct? Like it's not a long rally.
It's all. It's
well,
one
it's a day. Yeah, sure. Okay.
But
Like a day, yeah.
with the group.
New Rally Monterey was small. That was
Okay.
like
I've heard
30
of that's a
cars.
multi-day rally, right?
So yeah, New Rally traditionally multi-day rally.
Sure.
But we did both Monterey runs. So we did New Rally, and that was a smaller, tighter group, 30 cars, and then Fuel Run this year was like 100 cars. So I got a little bit same type of drive, same type of thing, but different sizes, different experience.
Sure.
I'm trying to think what else we haven't done. We haven't done a big one. We are really good friends with the Longtail community.
Sure. Okay.
That's
Because
probably
they're
the
Cali
one-
based, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cali based. Yeah. So Mike, the founder, is like literally right here down the street. So he's like, we're really good friends with him. We've heard a lot about they're kind of known as the chill rally.
Sure.
It's kind of why I asked what you're kind of the way we do things, because they're very like activity heavy.
Yeah.
Like they're
Mike
almost.
only
I definitely
wears-
want to add more.
Mike wears flip flops only.
Yep, board shorts and flip flops.
There you go,
Yep,
whatever.
no socks. That man never sees socks. I promise you.
there you
But
go.
It's one of those things where they almost advertise the activities more than anything.
Sure.
Where some people will be like, we're driving these roads, doing this. They're almost like, hey, on this day we're going to this and doing this.
Yeah,
we're going
yeah.
shooting. We're doing all this stuff. So I've seen the different blends.
Sure.
And what I think is really cool, and I think the biggest thing is the time that they've been around and how big of the community. Some of these rallies are relatively new and they have large communities, and then you have Gold Rush that's been around since like 2008,
20
I think.
years.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
ridiculous. So I think the rally scene is just such a peculiar scene. The fact that
interesting.
There's so many of them too.
Yeah.
And I really didn't understand how many there was.
Yeah. There's a lot.
It's insanity.
And it's good and bad, right? Like it's good because now it's becoming more of a thing. So like it's easier to explain. I mean, it's still hard to explain a rally until you go on a rally.
Right.
But it's easier to explain because it's becoming more common. But on that same token, like I've been visiting hotels that I'm going to stop at for our rallies. And I've literally like, whenever I go to hotels, I usually try and sit at the bar and like probe the bartender and be like, you know, give me the scoop about the hotel or the area or the people or whatever. And there have been times where like they've brought up another rally that has been there prior to us. And they're like, hey, this rally, I'm not going to name names, but like A rally, B rally, C rally, whatever it is, like came here. The group was very unpleasant. Like
Trashed the place.
It was a lot of supercar owners that like, and again, not every supercar owner, obviously, as you guys know, is the same, whatever. But like, there are certain rallies where the connotation or the expectation, or they're known for being a little more, I don't know what the word is, but essentially like snobby. Yeah. Like this bartender was essentially like, I was hesitant to tell her that I was doing a rally, but like when I brought it up, and then she was like, yeah, this group came, and this was a casino, actually, funny enough. That was, there was like a pool with a bar, like a pool bar. And me and my business partner at the time were just like getting a drink, hanging out. And we asked, and she was like, oh, like we had this group come a month ago. Like they were horrible. And she's like, yeah, like, so there were hotel rooms right over the pool. So the pool has to close at like 10 o'clock or whatever the noise ordinance thing is. So she's like, we have to shut down. When this group was here, she's like, we had to shut down at like 10. And then there was like multiple people came up to her and like yelled at her and was like, do you know who we are? We're not closing the bar. Like, do you know how much money we're spending here? Do you know what I drive? Like those kind of people. So I had to explain to her. I was like, that's not all rally groups. That's not us. Like, I'm sorry you experienced that, but like,
I could probably bet on who it was. But yeah.
no comment. But yeah, so again, it's like pros and cons, right? Like there are times where I've literally been declined from hotels because they're like, we don't like car rallies. And I'm like, that sucks.
Makes sense. People ruin everything.
Yeah.
There was one good thing about our fuel run to Monterey. By the time we got to like, there's a section where we just went through kind of mountain canyon roads. I just happened to spit out behind Pet Fred's Lanzante 911, which is like beautiful car, Marlboro livery, whole Lanzante, crazy.
Yeah, which may or may not be street
GT3
legal.
kit. Yeah, it's great car to be stuck behind.
Sure.
While you're cruising through the canyons.
Sure.
So that was a big plus.
Nice.
That was really cool experience at rally.
For sure.
I think he had that.
You guys
one.
riding together or separately?
We did separate. So he had that one, and then I was doing. Alex Troy had taken his P1 out, and we were ripping a bend together. And I remember being in the A12, ripping a bend, looking to my left.
Oh, like this?
Yeah,
Hell
seeing like that.
That's
and
sick.
I was doing
Yeah.
the P1, and I'm like, where else can you do?
That's
something
the
like
experience
this?
of rallies,
It's
man. It's
what
like
are
the
we
things that
talking
happen
about?
when you're driving with other people.
Yeah.
Sick.
And again, like we talked about earlier, like we started with iPhones and
Right.
So like that was one of those things. I was sitting in my A12, looking over, I'm with a P1 ripping, and I'm like, how did we get here?
Imagine.
Yeah, it's just one of those. It's ridiculous. Again, like some of the moments I imagine
Police
you had.
choppers up ahead.
Right.
You were an intern, and now you own the company.
Yeah.
Like it's just moments like that where you sit there and you go, "Holy crap!"
Take a step back. It is.
You got to
kinda wild.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. And I know you have another 10-year vision for the company. And
Yeah.
You have
I
to.
try to, right? I
Right.
try to, and then it's like it changes. You know,
Oh,
you have your
100%.
plan, and then all of a sudden, I forget what the saying is.
We
But like you
adapt,
have your plan,
yeah.
then you get hit or
Yeah,
something. and
we
then it
adapt.
changes.
We adapt.
Right.
We have to.
Yeah.
You got to have that consistent, somewhat goal we're going towards.
Right.
10-year plans. I'm sure you have a 10-year plan, huh?
I do have a 10-year plan.
Yeah.
Like for you or your business or
Everything.
everything.
Every aspect. Yeah. I've
Written?
I'm
vision
no,
board
no,
or
no,
like
in my
up in
head.
your brain?
In my
Okay,
head, yeah.
sure.
Not like a plan, but I'm more so I'm like, all right, by this time I need to have at least something like this set.
Sure.
But again, everything always needs to be adapting. Things come up out of nowhere. Life changes, circumstances change.
Sure.
But I'm big on like the carrot. Like I always got to have that thing I'm working towards.
Are you also like? I feel like you're kind of like the type like I am. Like the carrot always moves.
Always.
Which sucks.
Always.
Like you're always like, this is my goal, and then you're like, you get like mostly there, and then you're like, this is now the goal,
next
and
thing,
you're like,
the next thing.
it's good and it sucks. You know, you never get that like I did it.
Never.
Is that you?
Yeah, never.
Carrots always moving?
Oh, correct, dude. I can't like no matter what. Like to Joe's point, like I was intern and now I own the company. I'm like great, but like I want to make it bigger now, and like I want more and I want more and I want more. You know, it's not good enough.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Exactly.
It is a blessing and a curse.
Correct.
I didn't think I realized I didn't have it until we started doing a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh crap! I was like, I have a problem. Like it's
It's
low-key an issue.
Yeah. Good and bad. Good
I'm
and
a
bad.
simple
Good and bad.
man. I don't want much. Just the largest exotic dealership in the country
That's
and a
fine.
20-car garage.
That's fine. It's not a lot to ask for. Not a lot to ask for.
Yeah.
And then,
Simple
once
man.
you get there, you want 40 cars, and then
Yes.
you want 60 cars.
No, I'm good at 20.
You say that now?
I'm good at 20. All right. My carrot is
20.
there.
Just it's not moving.
Yeah. If
Okay.
I'm at 20, if I want a different car, one should
Swap.
probably go.
That's fair.
Should probably go.
It has to.
know.
Right. Yeah.
If we get to 22 at times, that
See?
takes
Yeah,
8
exactly.
times,
Right.
you know,
On average,
we'll
20.
fluctuate.
Yeah, sure.
Two or three in the shop all the time. So like, do they really count that?
No,
they're
they
there
don't
in the
count.
collection?
No,
they
they're in
don't
the shop.
count.
P1 sits at the dealership for 18 months.
Right.
Battery
Exactly.
swap. No,
Exactly.
that doesn't count. But yeah, that's a simple guy.
We had the lucky opportunity where I drove. You heard of PJ Gadami? I created Instagram.
Yes.
Exotic car hacks guy.
Yeah.
So I got an opportunity to drive his Bugatti. That was one of those things where, as a child, I was always like hypercar. What are we talking about? Like, are we really ever going to get there? I drove it.
I'm never going to see one of those.
Exactly. It entered my reality. So now, like the carrot, granted, not the carrot, but like the long carrot. I'm like, I know what it feels like. I understand. I've driven it before. So for it not to be a somewhat of me 10-year expectation, like that's my 10-year plan.
Right, correct, yeah.
Like if I don't have a Pure Sport in 10 years, I did
doing
something wrong. Exactly. So
it's going to be way before 10 years.
I agree, but that's my whole thing. If I don't have it in 10, what was I doing?
Yeah.
I was sitting on my thumb.
Right.
That's my whole thing. But again, 3 years ago, it wasn't even in a realm of possibility. But through this podcast and the opportunity, I was able to drive it. Now I'm like, well, I was there. I know what it feels like. I need one now.
Yeah.
and it's just continuous. It's never gonna end.
Like,
Never
that's in the
gonna end.
rally world, the car world in general,
Yeah.
right? Like you meet people, so many people through the car world of like, you do this, you have this, whatever, and you're just a normal dude and like network, and all of a sudden you're driving a Bugatti, you know, like it's wild.
He ripped what, like almost 260 miles an hour in Houston's Koenigsegg?
260?
How fast did you go? 240?
260 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, 201.
That's how fast you guys went?
Yeah,
It was 201? I thought it was more than that.
no.
Still, that's freaking
That's
fast
still
as
wild.
shit.
Yeah, but again, driving a Koenigsegg or riding whatever, riding
Yeah.
a Koenigsegg.
With the top off.
Did you ever think you were going to
Yes.
do that like before you did it?
I did not. No. If you put, go 200 in a Koenigsegg on my bingo card,
Wouldn't have
wouldn't have expected
Right,
that
right.
one.
You're looking at, hey, when did we get that
Right,
one?
right. Oh,
When does that-
shit.
When does that one happen?
Yeah.
you ignore that until
When did that get checked?
Wildest moment when this happened. So I was in my event thrower at the time. I'm doing 186 in the carpool lane, right? And I'm going 186, right? I look and they go, pew, right by me. I'm going 186 and they pass me, pew. I was like, how fast are they going? To get passed by a car at 186 like that, I was like, this is unreal. Only a Regera could do that.
yeah.
It was a Regera, Agera.
Agera.
Agera. Only
Agera
Agera could
RS.
do it. It was, oh
It was,
my
and it's like, from one, because he's like just pretty much cruising 160
In the Koenigsegg.
in the Koenigsegg, and then just stabs it. And the way it pulls from 160 to 200 is what you'd expect, like,
0 to
what a
60
720
maybe.
does from like 70 to 120.
Yeah.
It's like, just pins you back, and,
And
you're like,
you're there.
I'm already at 200,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
That's wild.
And there's 80 more
Yeah,
miles
it
per hour
still
that
has
it could
juice.
go. Like
It
we're
still
not
has
even.
juice. It
It
still
has
has
lots of juice. We're only 73% of the way there, or
Yeah.
something like that.
It's just, and I'm maxing out my event thrower at 186. Yeah, my shit's about to just bust open. That was a cool experience. That was one of those moments where I'm sitting there. I'm like, how did we
The
get
3M
this far?
on your 1016 kit was about to rip off.
Yeah, it was gone. Yeah, my rocker moldings are flapping on the doors.
Your stick-on carbon. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
It was terrible, but
That's funny.
it was a cool moment because I'm sitting there. I'm like, we started with no experience in this world, and now we're doing stuff like this, and it's just a moment to be very appreciative of everything we've worked for to be able to have these cool experiences like that. And I'm excited to develop and build on. Like the dealership is just the next endeavor, and now I'm kind of excited to go on Crown Rally too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm excited to have you guys.
I'm excited to really like. I think it would probably be our first. It's going to be our first big rally. So I'm just
Pop your
debating.
cherry.
I'm debating on if we. I'm going to try to see if we can pull off a 10-day.
That'd be dope. Let me know.
If we had to do a 5, which one would you personally suggest we do?
It depends what you want. I mean,
don't care
you
about the
guys.
comfort.
No, but I'm just saying, like, obviously, you're probably more familiar with this area, so I would suggest the first half. I mean, you went to school up in there, but like, how much did you drive that in cool cars? You said never.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
no,
so
never.
I'd do the first half. If you had to pick a half, do the first half because you live between San Fran or Monterey and
Exactly.
here, anyways.
We've done even just the,
you'd be like, I've
the
been on these
Monterey run
roads.
is like this the opposite way. We've
Right.
You said start in
Monterey.
Seattle.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start in Seattle, Pikes Place Market.
Yeah. So it's funny. We're staying at
Big-
the only.
big crab leg.
We're staying at the Edgewater Hotel, which is the only overwater hotel in Seattle. And as I was checking in, the valets always ask, like, I'm wearing, I don't know, Crown swag, whatever it is, and they're like, oh, what do you do? Like, and I explain, oh, I do car rally. That's why we're coming here, like in May. He's like, oh, we had Nakai, the Porsche, the RWB
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He's like, he just stayed here, and like, it's kind of a cool, like, the hotel we're staying at had him stay. It's a bunch of like rock and roll people have stayed there, like Foo Fighters, Beatles, maybe Pearl Jam. And then when you check in, they ask if you want a guitar for your room. Like, it's
pretty lit.
It's pretty sweet. But yeah, the market's like walking distance. Like it's a pretty cool area.
I'll have to give you've got to go. The greatest sandwich you will ever have
In Seattle.
is in Seattle.
Okay, like what kind of sandwich?
It's not going to make any sense. It's a Caribbean roast sandwich.
Sure.
Yeah. But
Best you've ever had.
It's probably my favorite sandwich in the world.
Okay.
It's unreal.
Noted.
There's nothing like it.
Okay.
Nothing like
Tell me where it is. We'll go.
it. Yeah, have to. Un Bien. If anyone's near Seattle, go find Un Bien.
Un bien.
Yeah, there's 2 locations. I forget the neighborhoods now.
Un bien, like in Spanish.
Yeah.
Like one good,
Un Bien, yes.
not bad.
It's one good
Makes sense.
sandwich.
That's why I
It makes
that's why I was
sense, it
like,
makes
one
sense.
good. That's
Un
fucking-
bien
that's
sandwich.
fucking crazy.
Yeah. Incredible. Just get their classic roast. And it's just, I need to go. All right, so I guess front half. I'll
Yeah.
grab Un Bien.
Yeah, we'll go
on
un
day
bien,
one.
un bien for everyone. Day one lunch, un bien.
It's literally a hole in the wall. It's the wall.
That's sometimes the best.
Yeah, exactly. You won't even, you'll go, really? You sent me here? And then you'll bite
As
into
long
that
as it's
sandwich
delicious, dude, I
and
don't
go,
care.
wow, there's 30,000 flavors happening right now. So,
All right, un bien.
just sidetrack. Sorry, I love food, so it is what it is. We're at about an hour 15. We've got some guest questions that everyone
My
gets.
favorite part. favorite part of the episode.
I wasn't prepared for this, but hit me.
No one ever is. That's kind of the point.
All right.
Yeah, we don't. You get to find out in the moment.
Shit.
So before we get there, is there anything else? Any other crazy stories you felt like you wanted to get out? Any other shout outs? Anything that before I don't want to end and you go, oh man.
No. I mean, off the top of my head, you're good. I mean, we talked about the rally, the West Rally. I'm excited to come to California.
Yeah.
You know, we're definitely gonna pick your guys' brains on roads and where to go and all that fun stuff. So.
Yeah, we really got into the rally.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty. I think we covered a lot.
Guess questions.
Hit me.
What's the most overrated car today?
The most overrated car.
Overrated.
3RS.
Heck yeah.
I mean, again, I like it,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
of
think
course.
it's definitely one of those like everyone and their mother is like 3RS, and like it's cool, but it's definitely I think probably slightly overrated.
Right. It was super overrated, and then it started sliding a little bit, and then for some reason everyone cares so much about what Brez Scales drives, and then it became crazy overrated again.
Yeah.
Am I
It's
wrong?
Cool. Again, it's cool. It's a cool.
No,
car.
no, you're spot on. That's part that kills me. It was already so overrated.
It was overrated.
It died a little bit.
Yeah,
it was
started-
still overrated.
It was dying down.
It was
The
still
hype-
overrated
the
at the
hype
die
had died
down.
down a lot.
Now we're right back at peak overrated again.
Yeah,
like PTS colors are going for high 4s. What are we talking about? The car we've had a car that's been over.
Well, they were going for
sticker.
mid fives at one point.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Over sticker for 4 years is just disgusting.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yep. Cool car.
Yes.
Cool car.
Overrated.
Yes.
Overrated.
Worth $500,000.
Perfect description.
350.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get down.
$500,000 right now. What are you buying? A12. I don't even know why I asked.
A12. Yeah.
A12 GTS.
Yeah, or
can
whatever
find.
kind of A12 you can get for $500,000. Yeah.
Yeah, you get GTS 500,000.
You can.
Yeah.
It's going to be low spec.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
but
what's
you
the
can get
GTS difference between a GTS and a base or whatever?
The GTS is the
Convertible.
convertible.
Oh, I don't know if I want a convertible. You have a convertible?
That's
Hard
it.
top.
No, I have super fast.
Oh, I was gonna say I prefer the hardtop. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a hardtop convertible, but you lose your trunk, I guess. Your trunk is a lot smaller.
Oh, that makes
Your
sense. 'Cause that's
trunk is
where the
smaller.
top would go.
Yeah.
smaller.
no,
If you
no,
want
no.
the GT combo vibe, super fast.
Yeah. But that's over 500.
But to have a
No,
super fast
no.
with a hard top drop top.
Yeah, that'd be freaking legit. No. You can get a super fast for mid 3s.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
Okay.
mint.
So 812 over 3RS.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All day long.
Better GT car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All day long.
And I don't really track often. If I tracked more often, 3RS.
Yeah.
But again, rally car, 812.
Be nice to have both, huh?
Does anybody with 3RS really track often? Or do they have a
I
track
feel like it's
car
a s-
that they've built?
I feel like it's a split crowd.
Yeah, like no.
And do you
There's a
really
2%
need
people
do you
that
really
conversation.
need the 3RS over just a GT3?
I don't know technically enough of the differences,
How
but I
good
think
of
if
a
you
track
track,
driver?
that's what I'm saying. I feel like if you're like the best track driver,
you're
like
the
yes.
best track
Yes.
driver.
If you're funded trust, yes. If you're not funded trust, you don't.
Yes.
That's the only person.
Even if you're
James is the only
even
person.
if you're a 7, 8 out of 10, a GT3 is
You're not
probably
gonna
getting
find
you,
the limit.
Yeah, you're not getting
yeah.
you're not squeezing any more
No.
juice out of that
No,
one.
you're not.
Yeah.
You're not. You're not. I don't care who you are.
Oh, my track time is 8/10 faster in the 3RS. Well done.
Yeah.
You spent $100,000 to get there.
Right.
What is the most underrated car today?
The most underrated car.
Sounded like a BMW right there.
Yeah, for real. Definitely not underrated. That's a hard one.
It's always a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, underrated.
The car deserves a little more love. Maybe it doesn't the right light.
If we're talking like obviously supercar connection, I think, I mean, I want to say an R8, but like I feel like I don't know. Like I think an R8's really good all around, but I feel like anybody who has any other supercar shits on an R8 for being like basic. But I feel like an R8, like I was keeping up with anybody in a 720 in a whatever, not necessarily on a track, but I'm saying like on the road or on
Right.
anything that like most people are doing for driving. Like I would take the R8 over most things, and a lot of people shit on it. So I'd say R8. I think that's underrated.
I think most people shit on like the Huracan, the R8, because it's like the standard platform that everyone
It's
kind
the
of gets
entry
into.
level supercar.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
shit on
Totally.
it for being that
But
way.
it's great.
It's amazing.
Right.
The fact that it could do that.
Right,
People
right.
don't appreciate the genius
Right,
behind it.
right.
There's a blend of it.
Yeah, yeah.
There's definitely a blend of it.
And the fact that those like I was saying earlier, like a 2014 dual clutch R8 V10, you can find them for like 90 grand.
I feel like anybody who shits on it has not driven one.
Yeah, fair.
I'm guessing.
That's
Very
a great car for 90 grand.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a
Nothing.
2014 V10 R8 or a 2019 Aston Martin V8 Vantage?
That's a twin turbo, the AMG engine. No, I'd rather the R8 personally.
What else is there at 90?
For
So I'm trying
90.
to think
I mean, you can
now.
get like the M3, M5, or not M5, M3, C63, like that range too.
Too many doors.
Yeah.
Too much weight.
Yeah.
You lost
But there's
me.
nothing like sporty.
Right. Lexus LC 500.
Yeah,
The
that weighs
AMG
5 million
Yeah, the
pounds.
GTS.
AMG GTS.
I've heard good things about GTSs though.
They're pretty nice.
Those may be underrated too.
Yeah.
GTSs and the R8s.
I like the way that the GTR looks.
Same.
The one with
The
all the
GTR.
arrow with
GTR
that
is
green
awesome.
color.
Yeah.
I like that car
It's cool.
a lot.
It's underrated.
120?
yeah, underrated.
Yeah, but
120.
Well, is that the wild one with like the carbon on the hood?
Yeah.
It's only 120.
No,
no, that's the Black Series.
Oh,
Series.
yeah,
Black
yeah.
Series. The one that's a little toned down, but,
Sure.
but it's still got the aggressive
Yep.
body with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
big wing.
Yep.
That's a nice car.
Sure.
Yeah, those are supposed to be great cars.
I think those are the R8 are kind of my underrated too. I think.
I spot on with those picks.
AMG GT and the R8.
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
picks. I think I'm about to sneeze. Don't want to do that. Wrong time, wrong place.
Last question.
Last question.
Oh God.
Got to build a 3-car garage.
Okay.
3 cars.
Yep.
For all of your needs.
For all of my needs, no budget. Or
Whoa,
There's- we
buddy.
got
whoa,
some
whoa,
parameters.
whoa.
okay,
Getting
let
ahead
me
here.
hear, let me hear the
Whoa, whoa.
parameters.
Don't get too excited.
One's going to be like a truck or SUV.
Yep.
Sort of daily situation.
Sure.
If you said RS6, I might let it slide in that category.
I
Okay.
won't let it slide in the category.
I can pick another one. I can pick another one.
And then in that, I mean, no budget there. So,
So okay,
on
no
that-
budget,
on
but
that car.
parameters on type.
Second car, any car over $1 million.
Sure.
Third car, any car under $1 million.
Okay.
So semi.
I think it's relatively easy.
budget.
Yep.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I think my SUV would be, and again, this is just pretty quick. Like, I was going to say RSQ8 Audi guy.
Mm-hmm.
However, I would say between an RSQ8 and I drove relatively recently a Cayenne GTS. It was pretty sick. Although I know the Cayenne, what's the sportiest Cayenne? It's the Turbo GT or whatever.
the Turbo
I'd say
GT.
probably that. I guess if I'm
Wow.
either a Turbo GT or an RSQ8.
Wow.
Same
You
car,
came out-
pretty much.
You just came out with a Cayenne for the SUV. This
Yeah.
podcast was going so well.
what-
We took a left turn at the
What
end
do you
there.
G wagon? I'm not gonna.
4x4 square G wagon.
That's cool.
Acceptable
But I'm thinking
answer.
sporty with space.
Urus
No, I agree.
Performante.
Yeah, fine.
I have heard cool things about the Turbo GT. I'm just giving Porsche hate right
I
now.
know.
That's fair.
But
I have
apparently
heard cool
they're
things
one of
about
the what is it? Not the fastest SUVs. There's some stat about it.
Yeah,
that
they're
it's-
pretty nasty.
Yeah,
They get down for what they are.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a blank check to do it. So
Yeah. I think Turbo GT would have to be the move.
That's fair.
Probably.
it's not a bad pick.
I could change my mind, but like if I'm picking, I'll pick that one.
It's not a bad pick.
I wouldn't be upset.
It's not a bad pick.
Yeah.
Also, those used now are like 130.
Really?
I think
so.
I think they might be low key closer to 100 sometimes.
Serious?
Depending on
Because
the
new
mileage.
they're 2 something, right?
New there are a lot.
Yeah.
They-
You,
they
can,
crash
you,
hard.
you can pick one up for a little bargain right now.
Not a huge market for those on the second hand. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's fair. That's fair.
So yeah, because I mean, I guess you start thinking about too much. A used one being like 170, someone's gonna go and be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go buy a Urus." Why would I buy this?
Right.
So it has to end up being less. I mean, I guess you wouldn't go buy a Urus. You get the Turbo
I don't know,
GT,
man, like-
but you'd save money doing it. So good for you.
Yeah. I mean, the Urus is cool. I don't know. Just doesn't do it for me. I don't know why. Are you okay? Ferrari SUV before we move on? Yay or nay?
That's interesting.
Or is that like a stupid issue as
So
well?
the thing is, I haven't had spent enough time with it to really tell you too much about it. Again, for me,
What's it called?
it's
Puro Sangway?
Puro Sangway.
Yeah.
Songway.
It's the least SUV looking SUV
Yeah.
that it is. But again, because even the back, like they have the 4-seat configuration of it. I need to drive it before I can shit on it
That's
or
fair, that's
give
fair,
it too
that's fair.
positive.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
as long as because I have heard that it does drive pretty nasty.
Cool, okay.
So if it delivers on that, I'm all for it. And I want to hear one straight pipe because again, V12. So I want to hear what that thing sounds
Oh,
like.
is it a V12? It's
Yeah.
the same
It's a
engine
V12.
as your car?
Yeah, in a sense. So I'm like,
Yes.
if my car was an SUV, give me more room. I'm
Right.
not going to hate
Yeah,
on that.
yeah,
I would
yeah.
not hate on
That's
that
fair.
in any world.
I've heard good things about the DBX as well. Aston Martin. I've never driven one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
drove
yeah.
one for a very brief time, but I've heard good things.
They
I don't
say
think I'd
you
own
can-
it.
you can
though.
make
I wouldn't
those
own an
cars
Aston.
monsters, too.
Yeah, I don't think I'd own an Aston though, just unless I knew a shop that was really good to work on Astons. But
I like the DBX 707 a lot.
yeah, the 707.
I would take that. That would probably be my pick today
That'd
for
be
the
okay.
SUV.
That's fair.
The
Totally
new
fair.
ones
Yeah.
with all the updated infotainment
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
I think I'm still picking. If it wasn't a G wagon, like say you have to handcuff me, I think I'm probably picking Raptor R or Escalade V. I
Those
love
are
both
cool.
those cars so much.
Yeah.
Per Songway would be
yeah.
hard not to though. I mean, they're
Yeah.
$550,000.
Yeah, that's the thing. Though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is. It's difficult. But again, think about a Raptor R, how versatile that
It's
car is,
sweet.
and for how much horsepower it
Yeah,
has.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
hard. Even I like an Escalade V. I'm
I
kind
like the
of an Escalade V
Raptors though
slut.
too. The Bronco Raptor.
Not bad either. Yeah, those
Yeah.
are pretty sweet too.
All right, so you have a car under $1 million, car over $1 million.
Easy. This one's easy.
Easy.
So I think my over $1 million, and I'm basing this just purely on it being a child and loving whatever. I would say the 1-to-1 is my over $1 million. Never
That's a
driven one.
Koenigsegg, Joe.
Koenigsegg 1-to-1.
Thank you.
Never been in one. Never driven one. Never seen one in person. I saw one in person at this show in Connecticut called Dream Ride. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's huge, and they have like all kinds of Koenigsegg's, Bugattis, Paganis.
Yeah.
I'd say the 1-to-1 is probably my over $1 which I don't know how many million that is, but it's cool.
It's a few.
Few, yep.
It's a handful of
A
millions.
minimum, yeah, a few millions. And then I'd say under $1 million, probably the A12
Super
SC,
fast.
super fast. Yeah,
Fast,
yeah.
there you
A12
go.
super fast.
Dialed.
I
Good
think
pick.
A12, the 1-to-1, and then I guess the Cayenne Turbo GT, which I don't love, but I think that's got to be my choice. I don't know.
not a
There's
bad
no good
car, though.
choice.
It's not about
There's
I could
no
take that,
good
the
choice.
RSQ8. Like there's so many options. The RS6 I wouldn't count. That's it's different category. I would say.
Okay.
But I think that would be my 3 car.
No
I
Rolls
mean, I
Royce.
wouldn't be upset.
No Cullen and Love.
Cully, yeah.
I've driven.
Cully.
I've never driven a Cullinan. I've driven I think a Phantom or a Ghost or something. It was fine.
Too boaty.
Yeah, it's just a huge
You want a
comfortable
sports
boat.
car.
Yeah. Like I don't know.
I don't know. Cully's pretty sweet.
Like if I'm driving it, but you can ride in the back of a Cullinan. No, like
Cully's pretty sweet.
to drive.
Cully's pretty
You
sweet.
have one or just
Yeah, I have one. So Cully-
Currently?
yes, Cully's pretty sweet. I'm a huge fan of the mesh. So like I like my Cullinan for my Cullinan purposes. I hop in the A12 for the A12 purposes. Cullinan is pretty sweet.
What's the Cullinan purposes? Like comfortable dinner.
Yeah, comfortable dinner vibes. Like honestly, just being able to like it does. It's the only car that drives like a legitimate boat, but like you
Right, of
feel
course.
nothing here, and it's just so
and it's got
smooth.
shag carpets on the inside. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
So what I will
And it
tell
does
you,
4 seconds to 60.
it's smooth and it's heavy.
W16.
No, so it's a big ass V12. It's like I think it's a 6.5 liter V12. It's nasty.
Turbo though, no or NA?
Yeah, turbo, turbo. So it puts it down.
It's
not
fast.
It's not
It's
bad
weirdly
at
fast.
all.
Okay.
What that car does
Like a
though,
giant boat.
It's like
it
a
literally-
giant,
it
like
literally
a giant
drives like
speedboat
a-
on
Yeah,
Lake
yeah.
Havasu.
you know
Right.
how when you drive a boat, it kind of makes you feel like you're driving from the ass.
Yeah.
It does. It makes you feel like that. It's a weird feeling because you're not doing it, but the way how smooth the steering wheel, you can literally drive with a finger. You're driving a 6,000-pound twin turbo V12 with your finger. It's a one-of-one experience. But that car is more about like the Rolls Royce aspect, to
Right,
it.
of course.
Like the way you feel in it. It's not just an SUV.
Right.
Like when you're driving the Rolls Royce, like nothing outside matters. That's the one benefit of it. It's a nice little piece.
Fair.
Nice little piece.
The sound
fair.
insulation is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's fair,
Starlight
that's fair.
headliner at
That's fair.
night.
That's
Yeah.
fair. They're
See
cool.
Spirit of Ecstasy out in front of
You
you.
feel like
leading the
you
way.
feel like an Instagram model, low key, when you're driving it. That's it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Do you have to crank like classical music or rap or
Oh no,
above?
I'm ratcheting that thing.
Ratchet.
I'm
that thing.
ratcheting.
Okay,
I'm
that's
ratcheting
fair.
that thing.
Sound system's got to be dope.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it fucks. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
Definitely fucks.
Okay.
It's not a bad garage though he picked.
I'm just saying it's pretty good.
No,
It's
not at all.
Not a bad garage
There's,
at all.
I mean, yeah,
The one-to-one's just cool conceptually, I think. I've never been in one driven one, but like conceptually it's dope.
for sure. The RS is very close. Just missing a few.
That's my favorite question.
Bills.
The over the million. I think that's where we kind of gauge everybody's perspective on it because everybody has a drastic different over that million.
I like your guys' 3 because I was on a different podcast that just like 3 cars, no budget, and I was like, okay. And I did pick, I think, an SUV,
Right,
super
naturally.
expensive car and whatever. But like, it's nice to have like a little bit of like
We kind of
SUV.
we kind of used to do that, and then it
just wild. Like,
most people would
I want
kind
a
of
Pagani, and a Pagani.
right. Most people would kind of conform to it because they're like, you only get 3. So
Sure,
it's like, okay,
sure.
well, I need what's my daily?
Right.
What's gonna be my crazy car? What's my fun car? But it's like we just decided to put some specifics around it. But yeah, the hypercar or not the hypercar, but the over a million. You have someone
Always got to be hyper, yeah.
someone that's gonna go, oh, I need the F40 or the F50, and then someone else is like, I want the Wyra or
Yeah.
the Pure
Wide
Sport
range,
or
wide
the
range.
Koenigsegg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our answers always change these questions. We haven't answered that question in a long time, but it always, I don't think there's been an episode where we haven't asked it and we've had the same answer.
I feel like there are so many good options for all of those that like you could have a
Right.
great 3-car garage with 100 different combinations.
Yeah.
Literally.
It'll change. Your answer will change in 10 minutes.
Right, correct. Yeah, literally.
So it's
Literally. R8. 3RS.
You think they're going to bring back the R8?
yes.
Do I think they're going to? Yeah. They announced they're going to bring back.
Oh, they already announced they're bringing it back
Yeah,
already?
I thought
Here
so.
we go. We just got rid of it. And we're already back to this crap again?
You're set. It's
Well,
underrated.
no, I
It's
mean,
going to be great.
I thought they were going to go away and not make it for a little bit. But
I don't know if it's officially announced or just rumors, but I'm pretty certain they're going to for like the 2026 or 2027 model. I think 2026 model bring it back. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
is it going
Look
to
it up.
have? Is it going to have that
No,
new V8 that revs to 10,000 RPMs?
I don't remember, to be honest. What car is that in? It sounds awesome.
The
Temerario.
The Temerario, the new Lambo.
Is a V8 that revs to 10,000 RPM.
Yeah, so
Flat
they
plane
haven't,
turbo?
they haven't really
Turbo?
hit the roads yet, but they're about to hit the roads pretty soon
Flat
here.
plane crank V8
NA or turbo.
twin turbo hybrid.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yes, so it's replacing the
10,000
Huracan.
RPMs.
It's the new Huracan platform.
Interesting.
Yes. So again, that's kind of everyone was suspecting. Like, they got rid of the R8. They're coming out with this. So now the R8
Oh,
is
so
back.
we might use the same.
Yeah, like, are we going to use the same platform again, or
Yeah,
what are we
yeah,
doing? So
yeah.
I'm curious. Are they going to keep a V10 in
don't
there?
know. I don't know.
Because then it'll be even more special because
Nobody else
nothing
is
has
doing
really
it.
have a V10 anymore.
Yeah.
No, there's
Nothing new with a V10. I don't think.
well, they're not going to spend all that developmental cost
They shouldn't.
and then use totally different engine and develop a whole different
Right.
V10.
God forbid they do something cool for once and not just cheap out for once. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Well, that's how you get reliability.
Right. Right.
Combined
Right.
costs.
That's very true. It's very true.
So that's how it works.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Make a
Appreciate
little
it.
drive.
I had a great
Appreciate
time.
it. Appreciate it.
I'm excited to see how this West Rally goes.
Love to have you guys. Let me know.
Will do. Well, where can I find you on social media?
At Crown Rally. Yeah.
At Crown Rally.
Crown Rally is probably the easiest. There's cars around here. Lots of cars around
Yeah,
here.
what was that?
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, that didn't sound too good.
No,
Yeah.
no.
At Crown Rally.
Yeah, that was like a G35 Infinity. That was just for the giant freaking muffler.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
We are in G35 territory.
We're deep in G35 territory right now.
All right, awesome. Crown Rally. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having
This
me.
was a great time.
Appreciate it.
Yep. We're Supercar Connection.
Supercar Connection.
We're out.